Hello again, everybody, and welcome to 4-Star Chicago Sports. This is the Halas Hangover, and on the eve of the Bears' end of the season, I'm still pretty happy. I don't know how everybody else is feeling, but we're going to find out. And we got some instant reaction to some breaking news from the Chicago Bears coming up right after this.
Windy City banners rocking 4 stars aligned. Dynasty dreams rise, Bulls in their prime. Cubs curse shattered, the victory divine. Fields be running, clock ticking on my timeline. Shot down heroes, legends never fade. Black Hawks flying, cutting ice with the blade. White Sox diamonds, the Southside parade. 4 stars shine bright, legacies they made. Mike with the crown, air rain, no dispute. Sweetness in the backfield, Walter in pursuit. Bear down Sunday's midfield, battles cute. Chicago.
On the eve of, or on the day after the loss, everything still feels okay to me. But before we get into that, guys, we have to talk about the coaching staff already getting picked apart. Eric Bieniemy from Tom Parasolo, Adam Johns, Adam Schefter, they're all reporting he will be hired as the new offensive coordinator heading back to Kansas City. Eric Bieniemy never felt like a long-term hire here in Chicago, but he certainly was a good one. DeAndre Swift, career year, did one hell of a job with 7th-round rookie Kyle Monangai this year, and someone who Ben Johnson's going to have to replace, hopefully, with just as good of a talent as Eric Bieniemy. Wish him all the best in Kansas City. He will be missed on the staff. Boys, what do you think about the staff being picked apart? Not even 24 hours after the season is over.
Yeah, I had texted you guys last week with all the openings we're seeing, more and more jobs we're opening, and you're not just thinking about head coaches, these guys need staffs. So obviously playoff teams are going to start to get picked apart. And I said in a text, I think the Bears are going to be getting a lot of calls. I don't remember, maybe it was Dustin who said he doesn't think, we haven't seen the last of it yet, man. And I think, Ben Johnson is the guy who scripts that run. It's his scheme, but like you said, Sean, it's hard to replace the developmental side of Eric Bieniemy. I mean, the guy clearly does a really good job at just getting the best out of a player at the NFL level. And it's gonna stink. We'll miss him. I loved watching him in the offseason, man. Those were some of the funniest highlights. Yeah. So, but a good head coach, man, doesn't just make good hires. They replace those guys with good people too. You know what I mean? That's the difference. And the culture that Ben Johnson's created, I have no doubt that he will find the best candidate for the job.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew it was coming, right? And it's not over yet, guys. There's still probably going to be. I have a strong feeling Al Harris will not be here. There's going to be a collection of guys who won't going to be here anymore. But like Brennan said, I mean, that's part of why we like Ben Johnson so much. He was the one who put the staff together in the first place. Obviously, he recognizes talent. He'll continue to do so, and I have I have all the faith in the world that he will continue to hire.
Oh, and Eric Bieniemy's the shit.
Coaches to replace.
Best of luck.
Yeah, sure. And Eric Bieniemy brings something. He brings fun to the Chicago Bears. He's excitement, energy. He's just kind of a different kind of guy. But Ben will find the right guy to replace him, and this team, the future will continue to look bright.
Phil wants to see LaDainian Tomlinson as a new running backs coach. What are your thoughts, Dustin, on that departure, man? Tough loss.
Is the departure confirmed? Did I miss something? Because they're talking about the potential.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, Matt. Yeah,
there's about 10 outlets that are. I mean, from Schefter to Tom Parasella, all these guys, top guys, are saying this.
No, he's the favorite to replace Nagy.
Yeah, they said he was the Chiefs' top candidate.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing with that, though. Is Nagy gonna get a job? I don't know. I wouldn't hire Matt Nagy as my head coach if a team.
Titans look like they're gonna hire him.
Yeah, and the Titans look like they're gonna fuck up Cam Ward's career for a little bit longer in the process. I wouldn't mess with it personally. If Matt Nagy can't find another job, does he just go back there and Bieniemy finds greener pastures elsewhere or stays here? I don't know. If he were to leave, man, it would make sense for Andy Reid and the Chiefs to pull him in. He has familiarity with that offense and has been his OC before, and that would make total sense. And it would be a great opportunity for him, which he should take. He's earned it. He got back in the NFL and he's coached really well for a team that was second or third in the league in rushing this season. He was a big factor in that. DeAndre Swift had his best season as a pro. Big props to Bieniemy for that. So I'll be happy for him, man. Like Kyle said, I think Ben Johnson will find guys, but you don't want to be and good coaches too to replace any guys that were to leave, but you don't want to be replacing a bunch of your coaching staff this first off season as a head coach. That's one thing that you think about. If it's a lot of turnaround, that's a problem. I don't think it will be, but
and we probably lose one or two more.
I mean, Al Harris and Bieniemy were the two to me that stood out as the biggest potential. And then like Dennis Allen, if someone
Declan
took a
Doyle
flyer.
was on a lot of call lists, but like you said, Dustin, I think Ben Johnson can pretty much put the kibosh on that if he fucking wants.
Yeah, because if he goes as an offensive coordinator, it's still a lateral move, you know, because just because you're not the play caller doesn't make it a promotion. You're offensive coordinator to offensive coordinator. The Bears can block anything.
I think a team would be making a grave mistake to make Declan Doyle their play caller. Man, I don't like. Maybe
I personally think
plays for the Bears first before you give.
I personally think that if there's a coach on this staff that you should want to hire as a potential head coach, it's Dennis Allen, guys. It's Dennis Allen. The fact that Hafley got a job in Miami, I don't like that guy. I don't think he's going to do well. I don't wish him luck. Hopefully it hurts the Packers. Hafley is the Miami head coach now. But I think Dennis Allen on this Bears staff is the best potential guy to be hired off this staff for an upward promotion. Dennis Allen has worked wonders with this defense, guys, all season. What he did last night was fucking.
There's a very strong chance Al Harris ends up in Green Bay.
Yeah, that's my biggest fear, honestly, with Al Harris. Yes.
It would be it could be a sneaky good hire to give Randall L a shot at calling plays, man. This guy has worked under Ben Johnson longer than any other coach on his staff. I don't know if Randall L. I've never heard anything that he wants. That's like what he's pursuing.
Well, everyone wants a promotion, so
yeah, I agree, Sean. you know, if he's given the opportunity, he'll gladly take it. But that guy has been working under Ben Johnson for a long time, and he's also not just that. There's more qualifications. He's done a good job with wide receivers,
and he's a leader.
His job.
He's a damn good leader.
Yeah, he's a player's guy.
Yeah,
I think a team would be stupid to not at least give an interview to a Randall L. I really do.
Yeah.
Well, why wouldn't the Lions have? The Lions just went and hired Petzig Sean as their offensive coordinator. Why would you not have talked to Andy? I know. I think that's a big win for the NFC North. Dan Campbell continues to make bad decisions.
And Hafley's gone. And he was.
I'll tell you this, Kyle. You'll have some fun tomorrow when you ask Chris about that hire because he is not happy today. I am so happy. I thought you were kidding, Dustin. I thought that was just a joke you were saying.
No, that was
yeah, that was pretty shocking to me as well. It took me a second to believe it. That guy's
fucking terrible.
And he's strange, man. He's a weird guy.
He's an egghead.
It's not a hire that I would have made if I was Dan Campbell coming off the hire I just made and had to.
Not at all.
That's way too risky to me. I would have wanted Brian Dable. I would have wanted like someone to bring stability to my team and my offense. Yes.
Oh, the Packers defensive coordinator guys just got a head coaching job as the Dolphins head coach. I don't
know how I feel about that.
He was a good coach. He was a good coach, though.
I
don't know how he'll be as a head coach. I don't know how he'll be as a good head coach, but like his loss to the Packers might make an impact.
It probably will,
depending on who they hire.
Yeah. Like we've always said, it's about who you replace him with, man. And the Lions.
Al Harris is going to be a defensive coordinator. If I was the Packers, I would take a shot on him.
He returns to Green Bay. He does a great job with secondary. He's never been changing that position. That's a bigger assignment, more responsibility. Maybe he's cut out for it. Maybe he's not. Sometimes the grass isn't always greener for the individual. You learn that when coordinators become head coaches. Maybe he's comfortable where he's at and he fails as a DC. Who knows? And if he does, there's no better place to do it than Green Bay. Well, I'm not saying he will.
I'd like to be a fly on the wall in that locker room when he walks in for that. You're like, weren't you just saying fuck the Packers like a couple weeks ago?
Those are my roots.
Are we talking about this game or what are we talking
about? Yeah, we're going to talk about this game. I mean, I don't really want to, but you know, I thought about mourning and I was sad for about 15, 20 minutes. I'm a little bit more aggravated about how the game went down because this was such a winnable game. And I feel like I'm sitting here talking about the game the Bears should have won by, 13 points and being an NFC championship game. And I think that's what's more infuriating than everything because I'm looking at 20 weeks into the season and I don't know. Chris Shula just had an answer for everything that Ben Johnson did. Ben Johnson didn't really switch things up in the game. You know, he went for it repeatedly with these runs on third and short, fourth and short, and they were failures.
We got stuffed a lot in those situations, Sean. That was a backbreaker all game, man. Backbreaker all game.
Maybe it hasn't hit me yet, guys. I feel pretty good.
I feel great.
I wanted the Super Bowl the same as the players and coaches did, the same as the fans in the city did, but they will be back, and that is a feeling I've never had. They will be back. And the 06 team, even that defense on the 06 team, you didn't buy it because the offense was just ass. So it was like there's still so much to fix.
Be careful with it. I mean, you think that Lions fans thought with Jameer Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams and David Montgomery and that?
Well, I was telling them they weren't going to be very good, so they should have just listened to this show.
Thought they wouldn't be in the playoffs for the next 3-4 years. I mean,
they should have watched our show.
The NFL is a conundrum. They'll chew you up and spit you out. You need to take advantage of the chances you got. And the Bears, there was 100 different ways they could have won that game, and about 3 games they could have lost it, and they lost it. And it's disappointing. And Bears fans should be disappointed because the Bears, we were all talking all week about how the Rams are going to get here. It's cold. And they're going to make a lot of mistakes, and the Bears made a lot more mistakes than the Rams. They dropped a lot of passes. They couldn't convert fourth downs. They turned it over on downs. They didn't take points when they should have. They had 3 turnovers. The Rams had 0. I mean, the Bears did everything they possibly could to lose that game, and they still
Ben Johnson
the game at the end of the game. And
he's talking about the game, Brandon. He's talking about yesterday.
I mean, like my sentiment on the future. Like Ben Johnson is the future, so it looks good.
Let him finish making his statement, and then
I love that Bears fans are coming out here and saying the future looks bright. You know, the arrows had it pointed up. Yeah, for sure, 100%. I think Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson will get better, but we're talking about yesterday's game. The Bears could and should be playing an NFC Championship game. They had the ball left with 5 minutes of the game in overtime to kick a field goal to win the game, and they were at the 50-yard line, the 45, and they lost.
2-point conversion.
Bears fans should be incredibly disappointed in the performance of this team yesterday at home in the snow against the Los Angeles team. They should be disappointed after especially because all Bears fans all year have been talking shit about the defense. The defense holds Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams to less than 80 yards combined, and you couldn't beat the Rams.
Let me elaborate on that a little bit, Kyle, because when you look at how the game played out, it feels like it should have been a Bears win, right? Besides those 3 turnovers you talked about. Time of possession, Bears 39, the Rams 32.
Are huge.
Total yards for the Bears 417, the Rams 340. Passing yards, Bears 257, Rams 229. Rushing yards, Bears 160, Rams 111. First downs, Bears 23, Rams 22. The Bears had 3 penalties. The Rams had 1. Not a lot of penalties in this game. The turnovers is where it is, right? The Rams allowed 4 sacks. The Bears got more pressure on Stafford than the Rams got on Caleb Williams in this game. And if you said all those things were going to go that way and the Bears were going to lose going into this game, guys, we'd be fucking shocked, wouldn't we? When you talk about everything that played out in the Bears' advantage?
Well, except for one thing, the experience.
Yeah, which is what I talked about when we had the conversation 3 weeks ago when you guys were saying, like, what's the Bears' chance of winning the Super Bowl? And I was like, I mean, they can, but they probably won't. That's exactly what I talked about when I talk about teams like the Rams and Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay, playoff experience. They know what to do when it comes crunch time, and that's exactly.
Just don't make mental.
But the Bears kind of dominated this game, guys.
Matthew Stafford was never going to turn that ball over. He was never going to make a game deciding.
Matthew Stafford almost turned the ball over like 3 times, Kyle. I don't know,
but he didn't.
Okay, but that wasn't because he didn't do it.
Don't almost make a shot. When the ball leaves your hand, the shot's not going in. Either it is or it isn't.
Williams jumped on instead of a Bear player jumping on it. Two passes he threw were damn near interceptions. I mean, it's not like he was playing perfect.
Take advantage of that, and they didn't. The Rams defense took advantage of it. All 3 of those picks were tough catches. The last pick of the game was a tough catch, but guess what? He made it. That's the difference. You make those plays. Yeah, Roma Dunze, first drive of the game.
20 of 42. Matt Stafford was 20 of 42.
You want to punch the Rams in the mouth on the first play in the first drive of the game? Roma Dunze, catch the fucking touchdown. Catch the fucking ball.
That one hurt.
That's a punch in the fucking face.
That killed the momentum of the
Then the Rams are like, oh, man, we're in a game. The Bears are here. We're in a game. But Roma Dunze has his 38th drop of the season, whatever they said it is, and the Bears come out on that drive with no points. That was you're digging yourself a hole. The Bears, of course, they didn't get the chance.
Just to be clear, Roma Dunze doesn't have 40 drops on the season.
They wanted to defer.
Be clear on that.
The Rams won the coin toss. They decided to give the Bears the ball. They knew if the Bears come up empty on that drive, the Bears are in big trouble, and Roma Dunze drops a touchdown.
And Ben Johnson didn't go for a field goal, which people have been talking about a lot.
It was funny. You guys said in the text, Ben Johnson's
margin
aggressive.
of error is too small. It's too small to make it. Sean looked at me at one point in the game and said, dude, you can't just keep going out and getting 2 first downs, punt, 2 first downs. This is the Rams. They're going to score at some point.
That's exactly why Ben Johnson wanted to go for it, guys.
You guys said in the text, Ben Johnson will win or lose for the rest of his career because he's aggressive. I thought quite the opposite. I thought he lost by not being aggressive.
Well, it was like a half and half mix, right? Because if you're going to be aggressive, go for the 2. If you're going to be aggressive and that's your style,
Vernon, where was your confidence, Vernon, in the Bears on goal to go or 1 yard to go? Wasn't very good. It wasn't very good because they had 3rd and 1.
Caleb just made the throw of his life. I would have put the ball in his hands comfortably and happily.
Matter of fact, they went backwards.
I would have put the ball in Caleb's hands. We have the best player, potentially the best player in the NFL on our football team. I would have given him the ball.
Let's get a little bit of structure here, because right here, what Romy's saying, and I know, Sean, you were talking about this earlier, so you should talk about this right now. Say what you want, but if Ben takes the field goals, we win, plain and simple. Is Ben out thinking this too much and going for it too much and not being aware enough situationally to understand what kind of game he's in, that sometimes you can just take the points, Sean? Yeah, how do we feel about Ben Johnson's approach to that?
I really thought situational football was the key to the loss yesterday with Ben. I mean, even if you want to continue to go for it in these 4th and 1s, you ran the exact same play and you failed repeatedly. You know, take the points, especially early. You should be gambling late. Take the points. Know your weather conditions. Know it's not going to be a high-scoring game. Get points when you can. You're playing the Rams. Every point should count when you're playing a high-octane offense. I thought he overthought this game way too much. He was trying to be the smartest man in the room. And as I texted you earlier, Dustin, when we were texting in the group, I don't mind his aggressiveness, but he has to know when to apply that aggressiveness and when not to. And last night, I thought he forced the ball way too much when he shouldn't. Take the points. If he took the points, he walks away with this game with the
regulation.
Yes,
you walk away with it in regulation.
I wanted to touch on too. You guys said something about the interceptions. Caleb did have a couple of bad interceptions. I thought the first 2 were
Caleb
bad.
had one.
Well, the second one, the one with like 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter,
that was a bad one.
That was a bad one because he had Manungai standing by himself, and then Zacchaeus cutting across the field, standing by himself with nobody there. Those are houses, and he's looking for the big shot down the field. This is something that hopefully they're going to work on, him being aggressive and not taking with the defense. That could have been a home run, or it could have been a 40-yard play for either of those guys, because when you look at the overview, there's literally no Rams over there. So and then
he threw it into double coverage, basically.
Yes. Yeah. It was just not. It was the Bears' worst game. It was Ben Johnson's worst called game, and I hate to say it, but Chris Shula was on whatever he was doing repeatedly. There was no trickery, no thought, no. It just seemed very blah most of the game, and everything they did, deep shot, deep shot, deep shot, deep shot. It just. I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. They didn't.
When you're talking about those 4th downs that he's going for, though, and the 3rd down, the 3rd and shorts, the 4th and shorts, that's not a get cute time. That's a we're gonna beat you, and that's what Ben Johnson tried to do. If you go back and watch that game,
he was just
trying to. It wasn't just Manungai. The offensive line got beat by the defensive line.
Was great.
The defensive line. The defensive line out violenced the Bears' offensive line in those situations. Yeah. Period, point blank. That's what it came down to. Guys, do you think Ben Johnson's going to get better and learn from this in terms of his situational awareness, in terms of when to be aggressive, when not to? You don't have to go for it every time. Sometimes it's okay to just take the points. Do we think that this is something he looks back on and he works on in the offseason for himself?
I think this is something he's carried over from Detroit, so I don't know. Something Ben's not.
This might just be who he is. He might live and die with it.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say he will. I don't know that he thinks he needs to learn anything. I think this is the way he thinks he's going to coach for the rest of his career. And I just, like Sean said, gamble late. I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. The 4th downs, you're not converting. And then when you find it, the game is there. You get the 2. You can go for a 2-point conversion. Just put that fucking thing away. That's when you decide to reserve
don't
yourself.
Get not aggressive in that situation. If you're gonna be that person all the way, the whole time. You can't go back and forth with it, right? Like
maybe
if you're just that aggressive
maybe
guy,
not having Colston Loveland was Colston out by that point. I don't know.
Colston was out by that point.
Maybe not having Colston swayed him one way or the other, because that That's a big deal to me. But guys, that guy's easily the most reliable and best pass catcher on this football team. I'll just throw that in there real quick.
Yeah, it hurt them big time not having him. There's so many things to talk about. Kyle, and on this Ben Johnson thing, how do you feel about his approach to the game? We saw it a lot in the Packers game too. There's a lot. We can talk about what Caleb Williams didn't do or what he did do. Ben Johnson, there's a lot for him to learn from in his rookie season as a head coach in his first playoff stint.
Listen, man. Listen, obviously we're all emotional. We were huge Bears fans. We knew that the Bears could have won that game. They probably should have won that game at home. So we're maybe a little biased. But listen, man, I can't really point to anything that Ben Johnson did right. First of all, like Sean said, situational football, like you said, Dustin, it's cold. You're playing the Rams. After that first half, it's 10-10. You know the scoring's not going to become in troves. You know it's not going to be 48-51. That's not how that game was going to end up. I was saying that all week. It's not going to end up like that when it's cold and it's snowing. You take points. If that's one of those games where you're like, you know what? I don't think there's going to be a ton of points scored. So if we can add 3 field goals, a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion, and even more, then let's add the points. And he just continued to think. Here's the problem. I think Ben Johnson coached that game as if his defense was playing like it was all season, but it wasn't. They weren't. No, they were shutting down constantly.
That defense looked like one of the best defenses in the league that entire game. I couldn't believe it.
Kyler Gordon and Brisker took over that football game. They took over the game.
Montez
and
Sweat, Austin Booker, they were getting pressure with the front
defense
four.
Came out with the attitude like we're not going to lose to the Rams, and the offense did everything they possibly could to lose that game. I mean, the drop passes by Loveland and Rome Odunze and Luther Burden were absolutely heartbreaking because you think at this point in week you're talking about 18, 19, 20, these guys, this should be where they're at their best now. They should be getting the game should have slowed down for them a little bit.
DJ Moore and Cole Kmet weren't dropping passes.
The cold didn't affect Caleb, but it affected these receivers when Caleb was throwing them the ball.
Dome time, guys. Dome time.
And I don't know if it was Ben Johnson or Caleb. I don't know whose decision it was. If it was Ben Johnson or Caleb, but Sean and I both. Jason Garrett said the best thing after on the post.
Oh God, what a weird statement that is. Jason Garrett said the best.
Oh, he
said. Caleb Williams, I love his aggression. I love that he's confident in himself. He obviously can make every single throw, but in a game like this that matters this much in this kind of weather, you need to be a little more patient, a little more methodical on the last drive of the game. All you need is a field goal. You don't need to win the game in one throw. You shouldn't be throwing 35, 40 yards downfield. You should be getting first down after first down. And especially because you deferred and they didn't score, you now know you have 4 downs on every single first down.
Look at the route tree on that play. It was a deep shot all the way. That's what
Caleb's
Ben
3 interceptions
wanted.
Put them in a
That's
really
what
bad
Ben
position.
Johnson wanted.
Put them in a really bad position. Caleb's
wanted.
3 picks put them in a position to go to overtime. If he doesn't throw 3 picks, the Bears probably win that game in regulation.
Well, let's analyze those picks then.
Caleb Williams is going to be the best player.
You can analyze all you. At the end of the day, 20 years from now, the box score says Caleb Williams threw 3 picks.
You're going to let me talk about it? Or you can say you said 2 things that I
next year's MVP.
With. You said first of all that you can't point to a single thing that Ben Johnson did well. Is that a legitimate statement that you're making?
What did Ben Johnson do?
They ran the ball 32 times with running backs.
Justin, that's football. That's not like Ben Johnson was so creative that the Bears ran the ball 32 times.
It's not about creativity.
It's snowing.
It's about establishing your dominance, and they did. They outrushed the Rams.
I'm not going to give Ben Johnson credit for running.
You're not going to give Ben Johnson credit for doing what everybody's been asking.
The Patriots ran the ball. Should I say Mike Vrabel's an amazing coach because the Patriots ran the ball?
in the AFC Championship. Yeah, he's a pretty damn good coach.
That doesn't mean because he ran the ball. That's what sets him apart.
Ben Johnson went to the second round of the playoffs. Yes, he's a pretty damn good coach.
What do you think they were going to throw the ball 63 times?
To run the ball 32 times in this weather.
But he also it's a football 101 idea to run the football.
So that's smart coaching in the situation, correct? That he doesn't get credit.
Obvious coaching in the situation.
Obvious. If Kyle's not impressed by Ben Johnson, we can't change his mind.
I don't understand.
In that game, no, I am not. But read the chat, guys. Read the chat. Ben Johnson. Not a
lot of people that should be.
I'm saying you can feel the way you want to feel. That's what I'm like. I think Ben Johnson is a great coach.
I think Ben Johnson was
a bad coach because I thought he coached a bad game.
One bad game doesn't make you a bad coach.
Ben Johnson was true to himself in that game until the 2-point conversion.
Yes, that's what killed me.
Ben Johnson was himself in that game
up until
what had got him to that point. That's how he coached, and that's how he's going to continue to coach. I believe
that's not right either.
The Bears may continue to fail because
the guys. Whether it's right or wrong, these coaches got to be who they
are.
I
think Dustin said something that's important here, guys. Though, like the worst part of Ben Johnson's coaching yesterday, to me, is when he coached the least like he had been all
Away
fucking
from
years,
himself.
which
Right.
means he's been coaching really fucking good. Because the
They
one
did,
time he
Trey.
decided to step
They
away
did.
from you, it was ass, and that's
Well, how about
what
this,
bothered
guys?
me the
How about
most.
this? How about
Just
this?
be
Let's talk
you,
about
dude.
this. Sean and I
Keep
talked
doing
about.
it.
I said this to you yesterday. How about this? All year, in the games where the Bears' offensive line looked fucking dominant and we're destroying the defensive line across from them, it would be 4th and 1, and Ben Johnson's throwing the ball. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Your offensive line has physically dominated this game the entire game. Run the ball up the middle.
The Eagles, he
Then
did.
we get into a game against the Rams, whose defensive line clearly was dominating the Bears' offensive line at the point of contact, the line of scrimmage. And it's the only game all season where he's like, every 3rd and short and 4th and short I get, I'm running the ball. Like, dude, you haven't done this all year. You finally
How are
facing
you
a defensive line
clearly
that is clearly more
being
physical than the
dominated?
offensive line? Like,
No,
what
in
are you
certain
doing?
situations, Kyle, they were dominated, but you weren't clearly being
Yeah, when they were
dominated by that
stacking the
defensive
box,
line.
Dustin.
Okay,
When they
I
knew
understand,
we were
but
running the ball.
you ran for 160 yards on them,
But
Kyle.
not
It's
when they
not-
knew they were
you
running the
weren't
ball.
Clearly
Well,
When they
being
knew
dominated.
they were running the ball.
Manungai did.
Justin, we were 1 for 6 on 4th
And
ran
downs.
for like
It's 4th and
20.
short.
In the 3rd and 4th and shorts, they got out violence. They did.
Dominated.
They got out.
Okay,
aggressive.
Dustin.
They did.
Dustin, what
Some
about
point in the
personnel?
game, you
What
have
about
to adjust. You have to
what
adjust.
about-
You have to go, guys, this isn't working. They're dominating us when
They should have thrown some play action in
position.
that
what about
situation.
personnel
Destroying us.
awareness, guys? You had one running back running for 2 yards per clip, and you had another one running for 6.5 yards per clip, and you kept giving the other guy the ball.
I thought the rotation of the running backs was good that whole game.
I thought it was terrible. It was
Manungai came up with some
19-13
big
split.
games.
It was 19-13 split. The way Manungai was running in that football game, I would have given
Manungai
Swift
came up with
25
some
carries.
big gains, man. He did, and a
agree
couple
with
of
you,
first
Brad.
downs.
He ran for 2 yards
and
a
I
carry.
get it. Swift was playing phenomenally, and Swift is a guy you ride.
Used enough
But
repeatedly, and I've been saying this for over a
it's
month
been
now.
being said for a long time now too that he needs to be spelled. He is not an every down running back. That's all we
it
said
makes him his
all last
best when
year.
he gets help. But you got to be able to see who's got the hot
You can't
hand.
have it
The
both
coach's
ways.
job is to know who's running effectively against this defense and who is not. And listen, man, like Kyle said, I thought when the Bears ran the short yard stuff, when Manungai was in the game, the Rams swallowed that shit up. When they got Swift involved, the Rams were on their heels. And you got to be aware of that you're a head coach. You got to know that's the guy that's got to be on the field today.
I'm with you.
There's
Brandon.
days where Manungai looked better to me than Swift did against the opposing
or
defense.
Manungai between the 20s and then put Swift in the red zone. But he was putting Manungai in the red zone on every single fucking drive. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? When Swift's on the field, he opens the offense up more because he's a better pass catcher and he's better at running on the outside.
What's up, Chad?
Like
Swift had multiple red zone attempts too when he came up.
Yeah,
short,
by the
man.
way, you know who missed the block when he got spun up in
Roma
the air? You know that
Dunze.
guy?
Roma
yeah,
Dunze
damn right.
did.
You could put another check mark in next to Roma Dunze.
Sure, Sean,
for
you
this
want to hear
game.
some crazy? This is just a side note, real
So
quick.
what's the check mark going towards? What does
Sean,
that mean?
Hold on, real quick.
Not being the top 10 pick he's supposed to be.
I listened to the
But you still want him on the team?
after show. You know, it's Courtney Cronin. It's.
I think there's a lot of players that could have been drafted in that spot ahead of Roma Dunze.
Do you
I'm
want Rome to stick around?
I'm still waiting
Jared
for what
Verse
Roma
was one of
Dunze
them.
does special.
Sean,
I'm
Verse
just
was
waiting
one
for
of
this
them.
day.
Sean, this was a conversation. I think it was maybe it was ESPN 1000. There was a conversation.
Courtney
after the
Cronin
game.
would have been ESPN.
After the
Luther
game.
Burden's so good.
The conversation they
Good
were having
catch.
is: do you keep DJ Moore, put Jade Walker as your 3, and Luther Burden, and you trade Roma Dunze for draft capital? That's the conversation they were having on that. I'm like, listen, if you could get a second round pick
You
for
gotta
Roma
dump
Dunze,
DJ's money, man.
If you can get a second round pick for DJ Moore, why would you not do it?
if
Because
get
you
a
get
second
rid
round
of the
pick for Roma
money.
Dunze, you take
You get
that
rid of the
shit.
money.
Look
Roma
at the
Dunze
money
should not have
DJ
been
Moore
Rome's
makes.
cheap as
Guys,
hell.
if you guys aren't willing to admit that Roma Dunze should not have been the 9th pick in the draft, then you're
Yeah,
just
but you wouldn't trade
there.
Rome
I
and
said
watching
he's
Jared-
owed
I
a
wanted Jared
contract.
Verse over Roma
He
Dunze.
shouldn't have been the
when it
20th
happened.
pick in the draft.
Yeah, but Kyle, that doesn't make
Listen.
you wouldn't trade Rome until he's owed money. He's cheap as hell, and he is an effective player. Listen,
Vernon,
Roma
Johnny
Dunze
Walker's
had not
not
been
even
injured,
owed
guys.
a lot.
Guys, I have to remind you, if
Johnny
Roma
Walker will be
Dunze,
cheaper.
Kyle, hold on, let me finish what I'm saying. If Roma Dunze had not been injured, he was this team's best receiver. And let
And
me
he's still
remind you,
playing hurt now.
Colston
He's still
Loveland,
playing hurt now.
Colston Loveland
Bernie,
was.
you don't use that argument for Tremaine Edmonds. You don't use that argument for TJ Edwards. You don't use that argument for Kyler Jalen
Well, that's not
Johnson.
who
You
we're
just shit
talking
all
about.
over them.
Well,
We're
I
talking about Roma
also
Dunze.
could
shit
say
all over
you
them.
can also say, hold on, you can also say for the beginning of the year, Rome was the only one getting the ball in the offense.
Yeah, that was
Colston
funneled
Loveland
through Roma
wasn't
Dunze.
involved.
And then they
Burden
realized
wasn't
it's not that
involved.
That's a
good.
bad
They started
DJ Moore
funneling
wasn't
the
involved.
offense through
It was
everybody
all
else.
Rome, and Rome was dropping 3 passes a week.
Yeah, you guys keep
When he
pitching
was
this
featured in the
38 number
offense.
drops.
Granted, the
I'm
guy
not buying
has-
that. But
the guy
Yeah,
only
he does not
has
have
3
38
games
drops.
over
Let's
80
be
yards
clear.
this
Vernon,
year.
you tell me
bro.
you guys tell me what's special about Roma Dunze? What's so special about Roma Dunze? What is
I
Roma
don't
Dunze?
he was
know.
your
Just
leading
Jumped off the
receiver.
screen. What does he
Caleb
do?
has a
Jumps
really
off
good
the screen. You're like,
relationship
this
with
guy
them.
is so
He's the
good.
guy
Can
you
you let him
drafted
answer?
with your
So
quarterback, which every
Ben
team
Johnson did not
has.
draft Roma Dunze. Ben Johnson did not draft Roma Dunze.
He's the
He
guy
brought
you
in Johnny
drafted
Walker.
with your
He
quarterback.
brought in Luther Burden. He did not bring in Roma Dunze. He did
See?
not bring in Roma Dunze.
You guys
Nah.
would hold
That's
on
right,
to
Flex.
DJ's money
That's
and
insane. You
trade
guys are insane.
and trade Roma Dunze. You'd keep DJ's contract and trade
27
your
million a
younger
year.
player who's
Yeah.
cheap.
I bet you
Yes.
John A. Walker catches that.
That would
touchdown
make
in the
Ryan
first-
Poles
in
the
first quarter.
dumbest GM that
DJ Moore catches
existed
that
in the
touchdown.
NFL.
DJ Moore had one of the best catches of the game. Did you guys see that where Caleb threw that behind him? That's the same
Okay.
pass Rome dropped in the end zone. It's
All
the
right,
same pass.
so then what do we say? We were talking about the interceptions, guys.
It's a business, guys. Gotta keep
listen.
that in mind.
That last interception is on DJ Moore. Period. Point blank.
Yes, it is.
It
Yes,
is on DJ Moore. So if
100%.
you want to throw all this shade at Roma Dunze, who made a huge play at the end of that game, by the way,
And kept the Packers game alive.
Yes,
I just want to
100%.
throw that out there.
Let's not forget what these guys do. DJ Moore, I got a shirt with his touchdown against the Packers. I know what he has done. I have defended DJ Moore religiously, guys, on this show when people have questioned his work
I've never
ethic.
questioned DJ Moore to begin with.
I haven't either. I haven't either, Sean, until last night when I saw that play. So if we want to talk about what guys are doing and not doing, DJ Moore is jogging and he's not flattening out his route, and he made that an interception, guys. Caleb threw that to where DJ Moore should have been, and somehow Cameron Curl knew that, but DJ Moore didn't. Do we not have a problem with that? The effort that DJ Moore gave on that last play?
I'll say first off, I know you won't agree
Okay.
with me, but first off, that was a shitty ass pass. Cameron Curl made an amazing play. Even if DJ flattens out, there's no
Not a
guarantee
shitty pass,
he makes that pass.
But there's
He
a
makes
guarantee that
catch.
he blocks Cameron Curl off from making that play if he actually runs the route the way he was supposed to. I
think there was a miscommunication. Simple as that.
100%. And Caleb put it where he was supposed to be. And DJ Moore didn't go to where he was supposed to
Listen,
be.
this isn't about
DJ Moore jogged the entire route.
Hold on.
That's just
DJ
what
Moore-
my eyes see.
Guys,
Why put
DJ
the ball in
Moore's
harm's
DJ
way when
Moore's a
Colton
good
gets wide open
player.
6 yards away from
DJ
you?
Moore is a
Cole
very
Why
Kmet
put it
good
in
wide
harm's
open,
way? Why even
Kyle.
try? Who cares?
Go back
Just take
and
the
watch
first
the play.
down, bro.
Cole
Take the
Kmet
first
wasn't
down,
wide
bro.
open.
Take the
DJ
first
Moore
down.
is a very good player,
DJ,
but
Dustin, you don't have to win the game on one. You
Exactly,
have the
bro.
ball with 2nd and 8.
Kyle,
At the
I
end of the
understand
game,
that.
if you kick a
But
field
you
goal,
can't say
win.
Cole Kmet was wide open because he wasn't. If you go back and watch the play,
listen to
Cole
what you're
Kmet was
saying.
covered until Caleb
You guys,
released the ball.
last year,
Go back and watch it.
when Lamar Jackson threw that ball,
Caleb,
to Mark
Cole
Andrews
actually
in the
started
end
to
zone for
block
two-point
as
conversion, you guys
Caleb
were like,
was
Mark
running.
Andrews lost the game. You didn't put any blame on anything that happened that led them up to that point that put them in the position they were in. You're doing the same thing for Caleb Williams. You cannot throw 3 interceptions
Kyle,
in an NFL
calm
playoff
down.
game.
Has to do with the other. Kyle.
listen,
That is
I'm
very
not
true.
sure
You cannot
what
throw
one has to do
interceptions
with
in
the
an
other.
NFL playoff game, guys. You're going to lose most of those games.
Let's dissect
dude,
this a little
you look
bit.
like a
Brandon,
tomato.
Brandon,
And I do
as
I-
Paul's pointing out here, 22-yard route on 2nd and 8 from the 50 was not smart. And as Kyle was talking about the
Kyle
play,
said that.
there was no other option besides a deep route. That's what Ben Johnson called. So how is that on Caleb Williams? That was the only place he could have thrown the ball, and he threw it to exactly where it should have been if DJ Moore put effort
Doesn't
on
quit.
that route
Yeah,
and
he
actually
quit.
took the
That
right
is
angle.
They
Guys.
quit on the
impossible to
route.
know.
Period.
That is impossible to
Period.
know.
it is impossible to know.
Impossible
But the
to know.
national
If you
media
watch
is
the
telling
play,
you it's
it's
true, Kyle, so you
impossible to
have
know
to
that.
believe it.
Wait a
it's
second,
National
not.
guys.
media is telling you.
No, Caleb
The Bears
said it
haven't
was a
told you it's true.
miscommunication.
Ben Johnson hasn't told you it's
Guys,
true.
guys,
The
on the
quarterback
rails.
hasn't told
On the
you it's
rails.
true.
Caleb
The
said
national
it was a
media told you it's true, so you got to
miscommunication,
believe it.
Caleb said it was a
that's where we're at.
miscommunication. That's what Caleb said. He thought he was going to do
Exactly.
one thing, and
Listen,
he did another.
This needs to be stated.
But
the
he
ball
should
was
have done the
perfect,
other
even though
thing.
it was
He
miscommunication.
should've.
Cameron Curl had to make an
Here we
amazing
go.
catch to get it, but the ball was perfect. It was just a terrible play
The
all
ball
around.
would have been
Maybe
right
a play that shouldn't have been called in the first place
if
when all you
DJ
need to do
would've
is
ran the
continue
route
to
the way
get
he was
small
supposed to
yardage
do.
and get into field goal range to
Why
win a
are you
football
running
game
to
where
the
you have the
safety?
ball for the last possession.
Let's
You
move
got
on from
20
this play,
yards.
guys.
You got 20 yards of green there. Why would you not flatten that out? Caleb
Number
saw
two-
it the way it was supposed to be seen.
Number
DJ
two-
didn't, guys.
Number two,
Period.
DJ Moore should have
Jesus
never been in that
Christ.
position. The Chicago Bears should have never been in that position. If Ben Johnson isn't irresponsible on 4th down, takes field goals, and Roma Dunze doesn't drop the ball. The Bears left 13 points on the board that got him into overtime to begin with. But now it's all DJ Moore's fault because there was a miscommunication.
No one's saying
everyone's
all
fuck
DJ
DJ
Moore's
Moore.
fault,
Fire this guy. He's a lazy bum. He's a piece of shit.
No one's saying
After he
it's
just bailed their
DJ Moore's
asses out against the Packers twice. Now
what-
the guy's a piece of shit in Chicago
Sean,
because of a miscommunication.
Guys.
Get the fuck outta here.
What cannot be argued is if you make
shows
that
me.
play, you are in field goal range and the game is secure. Ben Johnson does a great job of dialing up plays just like that, getting exactly what he needs to secure the game. He has done it all season, and that's what he dialed up on that play. And if DJ Moore gives more effort, guys, that result does not happen the way. I'll say this. If DJ Moore had just given the effort and run the route the way it was supposed to be, and that interception still happens, I'd have no issue at all. No issue at all with what DJ Moore put on the field. But let me ask you this, Kyle, Sean, Brandon, if that was what you put on tape, if you were DJ Moore, if that's what you put on tape, if you were DJ Moore, would you be happy with it looking at it today?
No.
Would you be okay with it?
Of course.
That's the question.
I'm not okay with any of it. I'm not okay with any of
Okay,
it.
I'm not asking you about any of it. I'm asking you about this very specific thing. If you were DJ Moore watching that tape back today, would you be okay with what you left on the field?
No, if
it was a
you're Caleb Williams watching the
miscommunication-
tape, are you happy with it?
No, of course not.
No.
But that's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you about this very specific play, the play that would have decided the game and kind of did.
Thank you, Slim Boogie. Thank you. It's
Kind of
exactly what I
Guys,
just said. It
I
was
just
a
wanna-
terrible throw. It was
It's
a
bad
terrible
play calling when
This
it
show
don't
is going to
work.
be about one fucking play.
Let
Holy
Brandon
shit.
talk.
Bad
Guys,
play
I just
calling when it
I
don't work.
want to ask
It's
this
good
question.
when it does.
I am going to say this boldly directly to you guys. You are discrediting Roma Dunze for all the good things he's done
100%.
as a Chicago Bears player.
100%.
I have not discredited anybody for anything while I criticize how they played yesterday. Roma Dunze has been a huge player for the Chicago Bears team. He made
And
the
he's
play in the
gonna get
Packers
better.
game that continued their season.
Yep.
He led the team in touchdowns when he was
We could
healthy.
end it the
He
next
had
week.
2 in a game in which he dominated a defense. You cannot act like Roma Dunze has not looked like a first-round receiver in the NFL to this
hasn't.
juncture, guys.
Roma
This is-
Dunze
this
does
is-
not
this
look like
is-
a number one
this
receiver.
is-
Are you guys
This is
insane?
the most.
Are you
This is the
insane?
most
Do you guys know what a
egregious
number one
accusation
receiver
I've ever
is?
heard. Honestly, it
Yes,
is because you didn't
Name
think
the-
Colston
name the
Lovin was
number
that guy
one
either.
receiver in the NFL. Maybe the number one receivers in the NFL. And then tell me Roma Dunze's in that.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson.
Roma Dunze's in the top 20 wide receiver in the NFL.
You're putting
You guys
Roma
said the
Dunze
same
in
thing to
there.
me
He's a
about
top 10
Colston
pick,
Loveland.
bro.
You said the
Go
same thing about
start
Colston
naming
Loveland.
top 20 wide receivers. I've seen Roma Dunze now. I've seen
He's a
Roma
top
Dunze now
10
for 2
pick,
years.
guys. He was a top 10 pick.
You've
And he
said
should've
you've,
been.
you've
NFL
seen
draft.
guys. Luther Burden looks good, but he didn't. He's not. He didn't.
Hey,
He's
Mecca
gonna be a
Buka.
lot better than Roma Dunze.
He didn't at Mecca
He's
Buka
gonna
this
be a lot
season.
better than Roma Dunze.
Listen, I think they're all good receivers, and I'll say this: Roma Dunze in his exit interview
Is
with
a
the media
phenomenal
today.
football player.
No, he is 100%. I like Rome. I think he's going to continue to get better, guys. He's playing injured right now too. He is still playing with that injury.
And
We
he's
know
young.
that, and still out there making plays. But he said himself,
dropping touchdowns in the end
and
zone.
he said himself today, I am not okay with the plays I left on the field this season.
You know
I
how many
gotta
times
be
he
a.
said
I
that
have to.
this year. You know how many times
Huh?
he said that this year? He said it in like 6 games. That's
So he's a
unacceptable
guy
for a
that
top 10
he's a
pick.
guy that actually looks inward and is going to
Oh, okay.
improve.
So
and
we'll just
has
keep looking
physical
inward for
ability.
the next 3
So
years.
what are
as he
you
continues to
saying,
drop
Sean?
passes.
So Sean, what are you
Yes.
saying?
He's better
He's
than
saying
Marvin
you're
As long as
Harrison.
he apologizes after the game, it's fine.
Sean, are
Hey,
you
guys,
saying you're?
Sorry,
Are you
we
saying
lost the
that?
game. I dropped a touchdown.
Are you saying the
don't
story's
worry,
been
he
written?
apologized.
Sean, what are you saying? Kyle,
Forget
what are you
about it.
saying? Is the story written on Rome? Is he done? Are you out on him? Is that what you're saying? Because it sounds like that's what you're saying. What do you?
Yeah,
I'm
what are you
saying, I'm saying if you watch the play, I would give
He's
Johnny
better
Walker
than
just
Marvin
as much
Harrison.
opportunity as I would Roma
That guy's
Dunze. I know
ass.
for a fact Luther Burden and DJ Moore are better. I know that
Johnny
for a
Walker
fact.
is not
Well,
better
for a
than
fact.
Roma Dunze.
We
guys.
yet to be seen, Dustin.
Yeah,
He had a game-winning.
Okay,
he had that
so
game-tying
the story
touchdown
is
that
out
brought
on
us into
Rome,
the
but
next
it's
week.
not. The story's out on Rome, but not Jade. I mean, Rome is playing hurt this entire time through
I've
the
watched
postseason.
2
guys.
seasons of Roma Dunze. This is what I'm telling you guys. I've watched 2 seasons of Roma Dunze. He was the ninth pick of the draft, top 10 pick of the NFL draft. I've watched 2 seasons. of
Roma
him.
Dunze was one of the best guys at getting separation last year, and
In
never
no
got
way,
the ball.
in no way, shape, or form.
Roma
is Roma
Dunze
Dunze
continued
special.
your season
not
against
special.
your division
He's
rival
not
in the biggest
special.
moment of his
He's not
career.
super fast.
He's
He's not a
not.
great route runner. He's not. Nothing he does, you're like Roma Dunze just sets himself apart from the rest of the NFL receiving corps. He's not that. He's not special. He's not. He's not.
So what
He's
is-
a,
so
he's
what
a
is-
guy.
so what is
He
Marvin
might be a
Harrison?
number 2 here. Might be a number 3,
Bust.
depending on if DJ Moore stays. If DJ and Luther are on the field next year, every play, Rome is your number 3. He's your number 3 receiver.
So is
not
so
a
is
question about
is
it.
Marvin Harrison
Not a
a
question
bust?
about it. I'm not talking about Marvin Harrison. I'm talking about.
I know.
Roma
I'm just
Dunze.
asking because we're the same draft though. Let's talk about it. Same draft. Generational.
Point, guys.
Keep Fields and draft Marvin Harrison. Is that guy a bust?
If he continues to drop passes and people, you could put the chat only. PFF is telling me he only had 2. That's bullshit. He had 2 on Sunday. He's got a problem dropping the ball. It's got to get better. So,
and what if it does?
No one's
What if he fixes it?
He's utterly useless.
What if he fixes it?
Roma Dunze is utterly useless. That's where we're at.
If he has the drop piece for the rest of his career, yes,
he's utterly useless.
I like
guys.
this.
I think the receiving core. I think it's funny to go that far about it. I think there's something comical about it when you're not gonna go in that direction with Luther Burden, who's had big drops. And we see the talent and we see the abilities.
You guys,
and what you're saying is that Luther has flashed to you more than Rome has.
We're not talking about Luther.
We're
not talking about Luther.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Better with the ball in his hands.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Luther Burden is the number one.
I don't think Rome is trash, though. That's crazy, dude.
Luther Burden is a completely different style of receiver than Rome. So Kyle, you can say that nothing about what he does stands out well, and when it comes to Rome and Dunze. But if you do all of those things really solid and you put them all together, you can have a damn good career in the NFL and be a number 1 receiver. And Rome Dunze still has contested catch ability. Rome Dunze still has more speed than people give him credit for. But he's also playing injured.
Let me ask you,
he's playing with the foot injury right now. Guys, if we're gonna go back to last year, guys, the offense was a shit show. The offense was a shit show last year.
Guys, wait. What is your future vision of the Bears?
Hold on. What Roma Dunze compliments Luther Burden extremely well.
What is your future vision of the Bears offense?
Here's Slim Boogie right here.
Caleb Williams, DJ Moore, and Luther Burden?
Drafted. Worst hands on the team, worst Jackins and wide receiver out.
Sean, hold on.
I agree. That's what I'm watching. That's what I watch. Slim, I'm seeing the same shit.
I'm asking you a question. What is your future vision of the Bears offense?
I cut him. I'm cutting him.
God, fuck this show, man.
Okay,
seriously.
So then
I want to fucking finish something I'm saying. What is your future vision of the Bears offense? Luther Burden, DJ Moore, Caleb Will, like what do you envision here? Because the Bears are supposed to be like the biggest the offense. What they've done, Kyle, you said it best. He got enough, and then he got more, right? Rome Dunze is a big part of your future. So, and DJ Moore, to me, the money he's getting paid should not be. I'm going to say that now, guys. We have enough to not pay a guy $100 fucking million because
stuck with his money.
I'm not going to let you finish because you're contradicting yourself every time you speak.
Well,
you just said that Rome Dunze is so special because he caught a 4th and 8 against the Packers. Fucking DJ Moore did everything to get us here, bro. What the fuck are you talking about?
He's old and paid a lot of guys. Do you realize that the NFL is a business, right?
3 game-winning touchdowns, guys.
Ryan Poles does not treat this business like a fan. I love DJ Moore, so I'm going to pay him as much money as I possibly can and trade all the guys I draft that are young. That's not the way this business works. So when you say what's the future of the Bears, I'll answer for you. It's Rome Dunze, Luther Burden, and Colston Loveland. Cole Kmet is going to get fucked at some point, and so is DJ Moore, because that's what makes a good GM. So what the fuck are you talking about? Rome Dunze is your future number 2 or 1, whatever the fuck you want to call it. He's your future guy. You drafted him with a top 10 pick.
Let's leave it at that. You guys don't want Luther on this, or don't want Rome on this team. Apparently, is what it sounds like to me.
I think if you have the same receiving core next year, he should split time with Jade, and your number 1 and number 2 are Luther and DJ. Yes,
I think we're gonna look back on this, and you guys are gonna eat your words a little bit.
People just saying,
I'm gonna have receipts for this conversation.
If the guy continues to drop passes and 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 huge passes in playoff games that potentially lose you football games.
Thank you for being here.
Lose you football games. If you guys are like, well, you just got to let that go because he's the number 9
we
pick
should
in the
shout
draft,
out the chat.
and he's only in his 2nd year.
Yeah, we should.
If he does that again next year, guys, if we're in the playoffs next year, in the first round of the playoffs, and Rome Dunze drops touchdown and the Bears lose the game, if you guys aren't upset about that and say this guy cannot be on this team, DJ or Dustin,
what if Caleb throws 3 interceptions again?
Dustin, you were texting in the group text yesterday. Fuck DJ Moore, get this fucking guy out of Chicago.
And I put it on X too. That route was bullshit. He was the only one in that game, guys. He was the only one. Well, let me say some more dumb shit for you to hear, Sean. He was the only one in that game that gave no fucking effort on that play. Yeah. The only one. The only Bears player that I can right now look back on that game and say, I gotta question your effort. And he's a guy who's had his effort questioned previously, and I defended him.
Question his effort.
What the fuck do you want me to say? From behind, DJ Moore should have ran that route better, and he actually shouldn't have jogged.
Hey, let's shout the chat out.
On
Yeah,
the
that's
final
Limbo
play of the
Boogie.
game.
That's
I was
appreciate you
pissed
being
off.
here.
Yes, I was pissed off. And I did say he's a bitch.
Kyle,
I was pissed off.
shout the
that
chat
was a
out. I can't
bitch
read
ass
it.
move. That was a bitch ass play. I was not happy with DJ
Let's
Moore.
look at the effort. Roma Dudze had 2 catches for 44 yards on 6 targets. DJ Moore had 5 catches on 8 targets for 52 yards and a touchdown. There's the effort.
I'm not comparing him to Rome. I am talking about the effort
guys,
on the play.
who's the best
You guys
pass
wanna
catcher on
ignore
this
it?
team?
Feel free to ignore
Justin,
it.
you just
Feel
said
free.
kick this guy out.
Who's
He's
the
a
best
fucking
pass
bitch
catcher on the
because
team?
After he saved our season 2 weeks in a row.
Did he or did Caleb make the throw? So by you guys' logic, Jade Walker could have caught that pass. Caleb put those passes on a fucking dime. Listen,
he ran the route to get open.
I love
Hey, chat.
DJ
Who's
Moore,
the best
guys.
pass catcher on
I
the
love
Chicago
DJ
Bears?
Moore. His
Can you
effort
not-
is
can you not
very
see the chat?
questionable.
'Cause
On
they've
that
already
last
answered you, bro.
It's Colston Loveland.
Do you not get the chat? Because
They said Colston. I can't see the chat. No,
Yeah,
I told you guys that 100 times.
Colston
Well,
Loveland.
then don't ask him questions, bro.
Because we were questioning
it's all
Colston
Colston.
Loveland early in this season. I was not, but people
I
on the
wasn't
show
either.
were.
No, I wasn't.
And
Hey,
he is
Mizzo Joe,
Colston's
there's a
the
lot of
best
people
player
that
on the
talked
team.
about Caleb Williams, and I've already apologized for it endlessly.
He's
So
Colston.
Yeah,
We
but
can-
Sean,
we
they're never
can-
going to let that down. So don't.
They're-
I know they're
they're-
never going to let it.
They were
down.
telling us
all-
beginning of the season,
let's
Roma
be
Dudze is
clear.
going to be the best.
I'm
receiver
saying
in the
keep
NFL.
patience with Rome. Keep your
Let's be clear.
patience.
We've
Stay
all
patient.
thrown the baby out with the bathwater with this team at one point or another. We all have. That's just the reality.
Stay
Every
patient
single one
on
of
Roma
us.
Dunze.
We
He's
are
a young
passionate
guy.
fans. We just watched our team lose a divisional playoff game that they should have won, and I was frustrated. And I really do believe that if DJ Moore had just given effort on that play, that's not what would have happened. So yeah, it pisses me
Don't
off.
throw that ball, Caleb.
It pisses
Don't
me
throw
off.
that
Caleb
fucking
threw it
ball.
exactly where it needed
Don't
to
throw
be,
that ball,
guys.
man.
All right,
He
let's move
did.
on from that.
Then
play,
what about
guys.
the other 2 interceptions, Dustin? That put us in a hole.
The
What
first
about those
one,
two?
the
What about
first
those
one
two?
was roughing
So
the
you're just going to go
passer.
through each
me
interception of the
answer.
season and just
No,
to
no.
make excuses for all of them.
Not at all. Let me answer. The first one, he got hit in the helmet and hit in the hand as he threw the
Hard.
ball. That was
Sean,
roughing
play
the
it.
passer.
Sean, play it.
Yeah, but
I
it was,
have it.
the ball was
What?
being
Play
released as he hit his hand, and he got hit in the head. It was clear roughing.
It should have been a foul, 15-yard penalty.
That is rough.
The ball was gone.
Ball
That
was
is rough.
exactly as he let it. The pressure was right in his face.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have been. It would have been it should have been a penalty, which would have negated any interception.
100%.
Sean, I'm going to say something. I
The
want your.
second interception, Kyle. Hold on, you asked me. Let me just say the second
I
interception.
don't
As I
want you to
said,
break
this,
them down, man.
at the second well, I don't give a shit. The second interception, as Sean said, was a bad throw. Caleb made a bad.
It was
throw.
a terrible choice.
The third
It's a
interception.
terrible choice.
It was 100%. It was bad. And Caleb had some
It's
bad
not just a
decisions
throw.
throughout
It was
this
a
game.
bad choice.
Caleb had some bad decisions throughout this game that led
Dustin,
to
you have
bad
no
throws.
idea. You
Let me
cannot-
finish
you
what the
cannot
fuck
prove
I'm saying.
What was going to happen on
please.
the third?
I've
interception.
just sat
You
here
can't.
and let you guys talk. Okay, let me just finish what I'm saying. The third
Williams is
interception
amazing.
is
He's
on
amazing.
DJ Moore.
He's
The
got
third interception. The worst
James
throw of the
Mayo.
game to me, guys. The worst throw of the game to me was Caleb Williams eyeing down Luther
Nice
Burden
man.
on 4th down at the goal and throwing it to him when DJ Moore was wide open right in front of him. Do you guys
Nice
remember
throw,
that play?
Caleb.
When Luther Burden lined up in the backfield next to Caleb Williams, he ran a quick little like curl cross thing, and Caleb
Judah
just
tribe.
Caleb
you-
stared.
Guys,
Caleb
let's address the
Judah Tribe is in here. Wow. Caleb stared down Luther Burden and forced it into him into double coverage. They were clearly on it. DJ Moore was wide open. Caleb made some bad decisions, Kyle.
Yeah.
Caleb needs
All
to
game.
eat.
Dustin.
Caleb needs
Quarterbacks
to eat
do.
some shit for sure. But
Young
those
guys do.
2 of those interceptions to
I don't-
me
you guys I
are
don't need- I
not
don't-
on
you
him.
know what? I don't
at the
need to
end of the
break
day.
down here. I don't need everybody in the chat.
the
I
end
don't
of
need
the
to break down plays. You guys
But
want
Caleb also made like the greatest fucking
Here's the-
play I've ever
here's-
seen
sure,
in a playoff
sure.
game.
You
with
gotta
it
take
on
the
the
multiple
line.
times
right?
this
Let's
year.
not. Let's
But you
not
thought he was the
forget
Iceman,
that.
right? You're like, it doesn't.
He
If he
is.
has the ball at the end
He
of his
still
at the end of
is,
the game,
Kyle.
we're
Is he
gonna
not?
win. Well,
Is
now
Caleb not Iceman anymore?
Now 4 of the last 7 that he's tried to win, we've lost.
Okay, so is
Kyle,
Caleb not
Kyle,
that?
what is Kyle? Kyle, I have to
Wait,
ask.
hold on, Brent,
I have to
never
ask.
got- I never
Sean,
got-
Kyle,
Dustin,
I have to
never
ask you.
Wait,
What
hold
is
on.
your
Brennan,
message?
I never finished. I never got. This is. I want the chat to respond to this. Sean, you as well. Caleb Williams has played 34 regular season games. He has 13 interceptions, the lowest mark in the history of football. Caleb Williams has played 2 postseason games. He has 5.
Yep, his very first 2, guys. He's a young kid.
You guys
He
were
played his very
Shit all
first
over
2
CJ
games,
Stroud.
And he
and
also that throw to Cole Kmet, and he also
You did say, Brandon,
Come
that
on now.
you've never seen Caleb Williams the day before when CJ Stroud did it Caleb, you did say Caleb Williams would never have a game like that, and the next day he had a game just like that.
I wouldn't
So
say
did Josh Allen, guys.
Well, I mean,
And
guys,
so did
CJ
Josh
Stroud.
Allen.
Let's if we want to have CJ.
Yeah,
Stroud's
let's talk
terrible
about Josh
quarterback.
Allen. Let's talk about Josh Allen.
CJ Stroud
you
is a
guys have been
terrible
sitting on
quarterback.
this throne.
No, hold on.
Out of
Nobody's sitting on
20
that.
Sean, let me
playoff
respond.
games,
You addressed me. Let me respond.
Playoff game, so
I
you can
love
shit
Josh
on the
Allen.
Man,
guy.
these shows are
29
quarterback.
touchdowns,
Nope,
6
Sean,
interceptions.
you're wrong.
Don't ever
You're
badmouth
wrong.
Josh.
I
He is
love
the best
Josh Allen.
of
I
any
said he was going to
quarterback
the
in
Super
the
Bowl,
history
guys.
of
I've
the
been
NFL
saying that.
playoffs.
Okay,
he-
can
and
we
he let his
admit? Can
team
we
down.
admit Stroud
Jesus
sucks?
Christ.
I love Josh Allen.
Can we admit Stroud's ass? Can we
CJ Stroud
say
is
that on
not
the
a
show?
good quarterback.
Can we say that on the show
He's
now?
not a good- Caleb
'Cause,
Williams
like,
is a
come
much
on.
better quarterback than
Come
CJ
on.
Stroud, guys.
Bryce Young's better than CJ Stroud. Let's get that out here. Come on. But I listen, man. Caleb Williams is a young quarterback. He's a young quarterback, and he played his first 2 playoff games, and he turned the ball over at a high rate, which Kyle just stated out of his own mouth he doesn't do on a regular basis, which leads you to believe
What's up, Howie?
maybe it's because he was in the playoffs. It's a high pressure moment. He's a young guy. I would imagine that he cleans this up, guys. And I want to ask you though,
That's a good
what is
comment.
the message here? That Caleb Williams isn't the Bears' future quarterback, because as much as you said he threw this many interceptions in 2 games, that's what you said, 2 football games, 2 games. He won that fucking Packers game. He fucking won that game. I don't
Put
give a
his team on
shit
his
what he
back.
did preceding
lost
the
the
play
previous
that he
Packers
won
game.
the game. I don't
the point,
care.
Brandon.
If Caleb
Okay,
Williams
the
has
game
9 interceptions and makes a game-winning touchdown throw at the end of the
He
game,
lost
I
yesterday's game.
don't give
He
a
lost the
dog
game.
shit
Caleb
about
Williams
it.
lost the game. He turned the ball over
No,
3
he
times.
didn't.
The
That's how you
game
lose
The
will-
the
Bears
playoffs.
played
Listen.
a terrible game of football. There were mental error after
And
mental
Caleb
error
kept
after
them
mental
in it.
error.
Caleb
Ben
kept
Johnson
them in it.
didn't
How many-
take points, and then he didn't go for it when he had the
How many
kill
playoff
shot.
games are you going to win with 3 interceptions for the rest of your career? If you throw 3 interceptions in every playoff game you play for
It's
the
the
rest of your
first
career,
one he ever did, Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Let's
here-
have
here's
some
my-
He still
perspective.
lost the game. It doesn't matter if it was the first
Jesus
game or the
Christ.
last game he played. He still
Caleb is
lost
the best
fucking
player
game.
to put a Bears
Here's my
jersey
Lost
on
the fucking
ever.
game. Caleb
Here's my
lost the
thoughts
game.
on this.
Not
guys.
ever.
Caleb Williams
Yes,
lost the game.
ever.
Here's my thoughts.
You
on
will
this.
agree one day, Sean.
Here's my thoughts on this.
I'll never agree over
That-
Walter Payton.
Caleb's haters have been
Oh,
here.
yes, you
from-
will.
No,
Caleb's
no, I won't.
haters have been here from the beginning, from before he was drafted to the Bears, and the writing was on the wall that that's what would be happening. People have not wanted Caleb Williams here. People have doubted Caleb Williams since then, and now
He still played his ass off for you.
they've been waiting for this shoe to drop so they can jump on it. And I am just not going to be one of those people that jumps on that, because I believe in Caleb Williams, and Caleb Williams has earned that belief with his play on the football field. Any doubts about that are really just
Yeah, Judah Trout.
unfathomable
That
to
doesn't
me.
matter.
To be
You're
honest.
changing.
Listen, Kyle, let me
I'm
finish.
talking about this game.
Yes,
This
and in
game,
this
not
game,
last year, not the
and
year
in-
previous, not
and
2
in
weeks
this
ago,
game,
not
Kyle,
next month. This
and in
fucking game.
Kyle.
He's a
Caleb
young
Williams
quarterback,
threw 3
guys.
interceptions,
And
but he
lost
is
the
growing
game.
and he is learning.
He
He did
lost
not just
the
lose
game.
the game. You cannot put that
No,
on
yeah,
just
that's
Caleb
ridiculous.
Williams.
On all of
Because
them,
if the
including
Bears had
fucking
won,
Caleb Williams.
Because
Thank
if
you,
the
Erica.
Bears had won, what
Erica,
would you
thank
be
you,
saying?
Erica.
If the Bears had won,
I'd
what
say
would
the
you be
defense
saying?
won the game.
Judah,
because they
stop
allowed
watching.
Caleb
Just
wouldn't
stop
get the
watching
credit.
football.
Team in football.
So Caleb wouldn't get the credit for the
They
plays
all-
that he did make.
Justin,
Why not?
you're just
So,
being. You're using
The game is going.
arguments, what you're
The
doing.
game
That's what
is
you're doing.
going.
You're
The
trying
game is going to
reword
end.
subjective arguments like, oh, well, people don't like Caleb Williams because they said he lost
Okay,
the game.
let
That
me
doesn't
be-
mean you don't
Everybody in
like
the
Caleb
chat,
Williams.
put a
Just
yes,
because
put
I
a
said
yes
he
or a
lost the
no.
game.
Did
Caleb
Caleb
Williams-
lose
People
the
saying
football?
Ben lost the game doesn't mean they don't like Ben
Caleb
Johnson.
Williams
gonna have
is
bad
the
days.
best quarterback in Bears history, and the future.
No
is
doubt. That
better
has
than
nothing to do
fucking
with
right.
yesterday's game.
Okay,
Well,
That
so
has
what's
nothing
your
to do with
message?
it.
So
my
what's
message-
your message, Kyle?
My message is that I believe in Caleb Williams, and I do not hold those 3 interceptions against him and say that he's the reason we lost that game. I believe that his performance throughout the season is the only goddamn reason we were in that game in the
Yes,
first place and
Bearskin
went to
Matt,
overtime.
yes.
Justin,
That's
once
the
again,
energy,
you're going
man.
back to the rest
He
of the
is going to
season. I'm
fucking
talking about
dominate the NFL.
yesterday's
He's going to be
game.
the NFL's
Look,
MVP
You
next
guys,
year.
I'm talking about Bears Rams on January 18th. I'm not talking about what Caleb Williams did
Kyle,
against
you
the
said
The
Packers.
best
earlier-
arm thrower
talking
I've ever
about
seen in
Bears
my
Rams
on
life,
January 18th.
without a
And I
doubt.
told Sean yesterday.
You
I
said,
told Sean
please
yesterday.
don't be
after- wait,
Lamar
I told
Jackson.
Sean yesterday after
That's
the
what
game.
you said,
I
right?
said after the game,
Thank
I
you,
said, Sean,
Judah.
we're going to go into the podcast
Or
tomorrow,
thank-
and
sorry,
Brendan
thank
and
you,
Dustin
Romy.
are going to
Thank
make
you,
every
Romy.
excuse they possibly
Not you,
can
Judah.
as to why Caleb Williams had nothing to do with losing this game.
Brandon.
That's what I said. It's exactly what
I'm
I
trying
said.
to address the
Here we
chat
are
here.
sitting
The
here
chat
the
is
next
killing
day.
it.
Brandon.
The
We're
chat
sitting
is
here the
fucking.
next day.
The chat is killing it right now.
Sitting here the next
Listen,
day, and Dustin and Brennan are like, well, that interception wasn't his fault, and that
It
interception
wasn't.
wasn't his
I know,
fault,
I
and
messed
up.
DJ Moore sucks, and the Bears defense could have done this, and this
DJ
could
Moore
have happened,
doesn't suck,
and that could have
but
happened.
DJ
Guys,
Moore
let's
did
get-
not
guys,
give enough effort on the
Sooner
most
or later, you
important
guys just
play
need to go. I
of
love
his
Caleb
career.
Williams, but he fucked up yesterday.
Kyle,
Just
Let's
say
wa-
it.
DJ
hey,
Moore
let's
does
get
not
the
suck.
chat. Let's get the chat involved.
DJ Moore does not suck, but he gave the worst kind of effort you can give on the most important play
And
of
Caleb
his
Williams
professional
did not give a great
career.
effort for a playoff game when you have to win the game and you're
Caleb
17-17
gave all
in
the
the fourth
fucking
quarter.
effort, dude. There's no
Then don't
question
throw
of
picks,
effort.
Dustin.
There's no
Do not throw
question of
interceptions.
Quarterbacks are going to throw picks. That's
He
part of their
rarely
He threw
does.
7 all year.
effort.
He
That's
rarely
part of their
does.
And what'd you say earlier? Please don't be Lamar Jackson. Honestly, if Caleb was Lamar Jackson, he would still be the best quarterback in Bears history. So that's pretty damn good to
I
start.
don't give a shit.
These
you know
are,
what I
these are the
want?
first two playoff
Low bar,
games.
Dustin.
Dustin,
These
guess
are the
what I
first
want?
2 playoff games of Caleb's
I
career,
want a
guys.
Super Bowl.
And he
That's
carried
what
the
I
Bears.
want. I want
He
a Super
carried
Bowl.
the Bears.
I don't want
Guys,
the stats.
give
I
the
don't want
fucking
the
credit.
Kyle,
accolades.
can I ask you a
I don't want
question?
any of that. I
Kyle,
want
can I ask you a
fucking
question?
Super Bowl.
Kyle, can I
I
ask you a
don't care if
question?
this is Trent Dilfer. Give me
Kyle.
a fucking Super Bowl.
Okay, you keep repeating
Caleb is
yourself
gonna
the
get you
same way
that.
9 times. Let's
Caleb
try
is
to let
gonna
other
get
people
you
talk. Kyle, Caleb Williams lost the game. That's what you said. So Josh Allen lost the game, right?
Yes, Josh Allen. You cannot
Okay.
turn the ball over 4 times in the
Okay.
playoffs. It's the turnover
Okay. As long as
differential,
you're
guys.
consistent.
You guys-
That's as
Let
long
me
as you're
explain.
consistent.
So you guys watch football. I'm surprised you don't know this. When you get in the playoffs, the margin of error starts to shrink dramatically, especially the deeper into the playoffs you get, because the teams you're playing are proving that they belong there with you. They are just as good as you are. So when you get into a playoff game, if you don't take the ball away from the team 3 times, you cannot give it to them 3 times. You can't give them 3 extra drives. You cannot do that, or
Guys,
you will
let's get-
lose the game.
Let's get
And
the
that's
chat
what the Bears
involved. And
and Caleb
And,
Williams
for,
did.
and turning it over on downs is a turnover as well. And Ben Johnson was responsible for that. The
Ben
offensive
Johnson's
line was
also part of
responsible for that.
Ben's
They-
responsible.
they-
Caleb's responsible.
Those are
But
turnovers
The
as
last
well.
Sean,
play
you
of
want
the
to
game
shout the
was
chat
left
out?
Caleb Williams' hands and landed in a Ram's hand. That's what happened on the last play of the game. That's how the game was lost. And Dustin, in 30 years, when people look at the box score in this Rams-Bears playoff game, they're not going, yeah, but if you think back to that game, remember DJ got kind of lazy? No, they're going to go, well, look, Caleb
Yeah,
Williams.
because if you're just
3
looking at
interceptions.
box scores, you don't know shit. That's just the reality, Kyle. If you just look at a box score,
Well,
it
Dustin,
ain't
what would
telling
you like
you
people
fucking
to do
nothing.
who are born in fucking 2028?
Watch the game.
Oh,
Watch
fuck.
the highlights.
This feels like an off-air conversation.
game.
Let's shut the
No,
chat
I mean,
out.
That's why our show is great, though, because the off-air becomes the on-air, and that's okay. And people love the shit. And
We
speaking of
neglect the
those people,
chat.
And
No.
I'll say this really quick. When it comes to the Josh Allen thing,
Oh.
Brandon Beane is the reason for the failures in Buffalo. The turnovers by Josh Allen. Let's see, the guy's playing with 9
Gotta be
injuries.
consistent.
He's down to no receivers. He's trying to make things happen. There's a big difference from what Caleb Williams has around him to what
Turnovers,
Josh
Sean.
Allen has.
Turnovers. There's no difference. It's
Josh,
turnovers.
now would
He
you
made bad
shut up
decisions.
so I can finish for once? I haven't said anything for 10 minutes, dude.
Okay.
Can I rebuttal for 1 second, dude?
Okay, but
Please?
you're wrong.
Please?
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Jesus, I'm just saying. You're comparing. You're not comparing apples to apples. Did Josh Allen have a couple of awful, out of characteristic turnovers?
Sean, I don't
Throwing
think
the ball
Josh
to the
Allen
lineman?
lost the game.
Let me finish.
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
he
leave.
did.
You guys have a
No, hold
wonderful
on.
evening.
I don't think Josh Allen lost the game.
I can't even
Sean.
finish the thought, bro.
I don't
Jesus
think he
Christ.
lost the game. I don't think that.
Bernard, you
I
gotta
think-
let him finish.
I don't think Caleb Williams lost the game. I don't think Josh Allen lost the game. Kyle said that.
I don't put the loss last year on Lamar Jackson. I think these quarterbacks need a lot of things to go right for them, and they need people to step up around them 100%. But I mean, I just know for a fact that we wouldn't be in the position we were in yesterday, guys, if it wasn't for Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson. So I can't sit here and say I don't like anything Ben Johnson did, or I can't sit here and say I don't like anything Caleb Williams did. In that game, could things have gone differently? Yes. But Kyle, everything that you just said, the interceptions, the bad play calls, that should have taken the points. All that being said, the Bears had the ball with a chance to win in overtime against the Los Angeles Rams. And James Christo said here, the last interception was on Caleb. It was a rookie mistake of the moment. Caleb had no reason to throw a deep ball on 1st and 10. First of all, it was 2nd and 8. Second of all, the play was
not a
designed to
rookie.
be a deep ball by Ben Johnson. That was the play that was called. Caleb threw it to the only place he could have thrown it on that play. If you go back and watch it, Caleb ran
DJ had
the
no
offense.
chance at that last pass. None. The defender was the receiver. I mean,
yeah, because DJ didn't run the route.
disagree.
DJ had no chance because he didn't run the route, as far as I'm concerned. And
here
yeah,
and
we
saying-
can disagree on it. It is what it is.
here
If
and
you
saying-
look at the effort DJ Moore gave and you're okay with that, then good on you.
Coming on here and saying that Caleb lost the game or Ben lost the game or the Bears need to be better, that doesn't mean you don't want Caleb to be your quarterback or Ben to be your coach or you're not happy about the future. That you're talking about
No,
one.
that means that you're putting this
You know what?
loss solely
Bears
on
fans
one
come out-
player.
all the Bears fans coming out and going, well, we weren't supposed to be there in the first place. It was too early. Like, guys, take it. Justin talked about this himself 3
You were
weeks
there.
ago.
Take
You
advantage
are
of it.
there.
You
You're
were
there.
there.
I don't give a shit why you're there.
You were
I don't
this
give a shit how you
close.
got there. I don't give a shit if you were supposed to be there. You're there. Super Bowl chances are not going to come around every year. It's very rare.
Yeah, but
Look at
you're
Josh
not.
Allen.
You're
You see
not.
Josh Allen crying after the game because he's like, how come we can't win a Super Bowl? I'm amazing. But for some reason, we can't win a Super Bowl.
I
You
agree
guys,
with you,
the
Roberto.
Bears
Yeah,
could very
Kyle,
well be in
Kyle,
that position as well.
Kyle, hold on. That's a really good. What you just said, I really wanted to talk about tonight, guys. Did you watch the post interviews of this game?
I did. Caleb
you
Williams
see-
is the stuff of legends, guys.
Did you see the attitudes, the mentalities?
Caleb
They're not
Williams'
bawling.
mentality was
They're not
perfect
bawling their eyes out. Do you know why?
because
Josh Allen's not looking at the future. He's looking behind him, and it's starting to creep up on him. And Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson aren't crying tears because they lost that
I agree,
football game.
Sean.
Because Kyle, they will be back. Caleb Williams will probably be the league's MVP next season. And they will be back.
Okay.
But there's no guarantees, though,
We're not
Brandon.
talking
We
about
have
this.
been talking about this.
Right
Oh,
now.
wait. Oh, well,
No, yeah, and listen, the Bears had
the receipts in my pocket.
I no, and I agree with you, Brandon. I'm just
Nobody's
saying, like,
disagreeing with you, Brandon, but we're not
No,
talking
I-
about next. This is not an off-season
I'm
show.
not
This is a
saying it's okay to
retrospective.
lose, guys. I'm not saying it's okay to lose. I'm saying there's a
I feel
reason.
pretty good,
Guys,
after
how
that
do you
kind of a loss. I
listen?
do.
You
I do.
guys should have just told me that was cool. That that was cool. One team's
no,
crying
no.
their eyes out. One team's like, "Hey,
Brandon,
you know
I
what?
thought the
We
exact same
fucking-
thing.
Yeah,
Brandon, I thought Caleb stepped up to the podium and did what Caleb has done since he was a
Yeah.
rookie in a terrible position. He was completely professional. He kept everything really in good
You see the
perspective, and he was
difference.
completely confident
Yes.
in what is going to happen going forward.
Yes.
And that gives me as a fan confidence. So I feel you, Brandon. I
And you
get
see the
exactly what
difference.
you're saying. I do.
You
But
feel for Josh Allen.
The
With
thing that stood out
Caleb,
to
you're
me-
like, he's all
The
right.
thing that stood out to me the most, that gives me confidence about what Kyle is saying, like, what if he continues to throw picks in the playoffs? Caleb don't think about that shit. Caleb clearly just don't even
I
remember it.
don't think
He
Lamar
like,
does either, bro.
you know, no, for sure, and that's how you have to be as a professional quarterback, Kyle. You have to just go back out there and go to the next play. And right now, the Bears are going to the next season. I don't know what else is there to talk about this game. I think the Bears should have won. I thought Harrison Mevis was
way
going
they
to miss
should've
that
won.
fucking kick. I thought the Bears kind of
How-
dominated that game offensively.
How you
man.
can't take the momentum of that Cole Kmet touchdown and go win that fucking game at home with that crowd?
it's crazy.
screaming and shaking.
But-
It's absolutely insane.
But I do think they should have went for the two, Kyle. I do think they should have
That's
went for
what
the
Kyle.
two.
I thought that's what Kyle was saying. The momentum after that Cole Kmet
Sure,
touchdown.
then go for two.
Yeah,
However
the
you want to
crowd.
do it, I don't give a shit. Go win the game.
Yeah,
And
the
they did.
crowd. Yeah,
Fucking
Kyle. After that Cole Kmet touchdown,
because they
that
should have.
building
Guys,
was
I'd rather the Bears got their asses whooped.
that
I'd rather
building
the Bears
was
got their asses whooped.
shaking after that Cole
Bears
Kmet
lost.
touchdown. After that throw that Caleb made, guys, which was the best throw since the last throw he fucking made. That's this guy. Guys,
Consistently makes the throw of the year. He
every
outdoes himself.
throw,
It's
every
crazy.
big play this guy makes
Yesterday.
is the best play in the NFL since the last big play that he made. I'm like, this kid is going to be. This is not a bias. I've watched him since
I
Oklahoma.
don't
It's
think
not a
anybody
bias.
disagrees with
This
you. I
kid
don't
is
think
going
anybody
to be
disagrees with you.
the
Hey,
best
we're not talking about what
quarterback.
he's going to be. We're talking about what he was yesterday. That's it.
And I want to
All
say
we're talking
this.
about.
I
We're
want to
talking
say
about what
this.
Caleb's going to be in 10 years when he's a
Okay,
season.
man.
Sure,
Okay.
Sure, he's going to be amazing.
I get
We
it.
all know that.
We're
We
talking
all-
about yesterday's game. I want to say this though. Caleb Williams is the best arm thrower that ever played in the NFL. When he has no core, no platform, no body, and he's throwing strictly with his arm, he is the best quarterback in the history of the NFL. He's the best arm thrower that ever played. So if you the things that this guy is able to do, and you know Ben Johnson will
And
write
the
the
things
ship
that
when
he'll
it-
be able to
you
do after
know
an off
because of the coach Kyle that Ryan Poles hired. You were right 100%. I love Mike Vrabel, but because of Ben Johnson, this kid is going to like, which we can beat Caleb up, and he played he made bad decisions in that football game, but he is your future. And he's a young kid. He's a young kid who made mistakes in a big moment. And that happens, guys. It happens to the best of them. Not many quarterbacks win Super Bowls in their second season because they're young, even the best. So,
but some do. And you
guys, real quick,
he will be back. Caleb will be back.
And the Bears will be back, I believe, with Ben Johnson. I agree with you. Real quick, guys, we got a bunch of new. Have you guys seen Bearskin Matt, Roberto Hernandez, Pat OD? Some of these guys, they've all been in here. Yeah. Either way, just want to throw out to the chat for their awesome interaction and participation thus far.
Even you, Judah. He's coming.
How much for Caleb?
Is he making a big mistake?
Oh, thanks.
So Judah, listen, but you were Judah. But hold on, Judah. You were telling us before the season this team was not going to do anything, and then you were probably saying when they went to the Packers were coming in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, he was waiting.
Not going to win the game. You probably said a lot of things. You probably made a lot of predictions that you've shoved in your own mouth.
Let's just be clear.
Keep bringing it.
Let's just be clear. Judah ain't been nowhere for fucking months. Judah ain't been nowhere for 2 months, and then he pops out the woodwork when Caleb loses in the playoffs. That's not a coincidence, guys. Judah is here because he is a troll.
We love
he
you,
had
Judah.
nothing to troll for 2 months because Caleb was putting his fucking foot in his goddamn mouth that entire time. And now that he hasn't, then you can jump back in. I'm glad to have you. We've been here the whole time, Judah. I ain't seen you in a fucking minute, bro. So we know what your character is like. I'll just say it. Hit the like button.
Where's Illinois Jones?
Since you're here. Hit the like button. Guys, hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. Share it with a friend. Welcome back, Sean. I think we should look back on this season a little bit, man. We want to talk about the playoffs at all. What do we want to get into? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, listen, guys. Me coming on here and with my first of all, it took an entire night for that game to set in. Like I woke up this morning pissed off after what because you go on Instagram.
I'm still pissed off. We're
all the shit they messed up.
I'm feeling pretty good. I don't know if I just haven't processed. I don't know.
If you think that the future is tainted because this game, no, absolutely, dude. I think this is the best Bears offseason of my entire life. I'm not looking for the offseason. I'm looking for
it led to the funnest it led to the funnest regular season of your entire life.
Yeah, this is the Bears. The Bears are going to be a damn good team for a long time, especially as long as Caleb Williams is there with Ben Johnson. But Brennan, I will say, and I want this to be positive because I think we all think the future is very bright for this team, correct? But that mentality of, well, we're going to be there over and over. NFL is a very funky game, man. It's a funky game, man. It's weird. I bet you Mahomes thought he was going to win 10.
They will.
I bet
Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes knew. I know.
I bet you they thought they would win 10.
You guys will tell me that I was right, which is awesome.
Brennan, why did you think Andy Reid? Did you think Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes wouldn't make the playoffs this year?
Yes, I did. I said they would not. Yes, I texted you guys. They would not.
Denver.
No, but you picked them to be in the. You picked them to be in the playoffs.
But I said in like week 9, I said this team is not going to make it.
For sure. Well, that became a lot clearer.
It's much easier to
for sure.
Hindsight's 2020, right?
I think they were like 5-4.
Did you guys think the Lions were going to miss the playoffs?
No, we all picked the Lions to win the division, did we not?
I mean, but Kyle, what did I say? What did I say might derail the Lions? What did I say might ruin the Lions?
There's a million different things that get derail a football team: injuries, coaching changes.
The guy you hire,
you can go through it all stuff.
It was the offensive line.
It always did.
The trajectory of the Chicago Bears is only going up, and they're only going to improve this roster and fix the holes. And you know what? It sucks because this team to me was special. It was a very special team, and it's never going to be the same unit again. It's never going because guys are going to depart and guys are going to come here and the coaches are already talking about leaving. It's never going to be the same unit again. And I think this unit and how hard they played and how the magic of this season and the 7 comebacks with 2 minutes down by 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I think with how close they were, I think they could have won the Super Bowl. And it's just it was a comedy. It was like a comedy of errors, and it's just disappointing because they were at home in the cold, and the Rams had to come play in this shitty weather, and we're like, well, that's an advantage. It was an advantage for the Rams. It was an advantage for the Rams.
And then if you flip that, Kyle, like this team, we didn't have these type of expectations. They beat
No,
the Packers in the
absolutely
first round of the playoffs. They took the Rams, who are the number one offense in the NFL, down to the wire. This defense that has been much
They made them
this,
look like the worst
team to
offense.
this defense
overtime.
that has been much maligned all season looked like a completely different defense. They look like the defense we've been expecting once all these guys got healthy. They were shutting the Rams down. They couldn't run in the second half. Matt Stafford was pressured. Matt Stafford made bad throws. Matt Stafford was under 50% completion in that game. So yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of positives too. They were this close to going to the NFC Championship. They went to overtime with the Rams team that's puts up 400 yards again.
With an NFL's history
an
spread.
Underdog at home again when you were the number 2 seed. So I mean, yeah, there's positive ways to look at it. There's negative ways to look at it. I think we got to keep it in perspective. It does fucking hurt though, Kyle, because the Bears should have won that fucking game.
Well, let me ask you this though, guys. This is the question that matters. What do you think the odds are that Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson are back in the playoffs again? But honestly, no. For the rest of their tenure, what do you think the odds are that these two guys end up back? And I'm asking you as not a Bears fan, as a football fan.
That's
what do you think the odds are?
Question. You're asking us when if Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson will be back in the play. When will Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson be in a Super Bowl and win it? That's what I want.
Well, maybe in their second season. I don't know, Kyle.
Super Bowl.
He's a rookie head coach.
I'm 37.
That's never happened in the NFL, by the way.
I want a fucking Super Bowl.
Sean,
how many rookie head coaches?
Real quick, Brandon. Sean, Brandon's question. The future. How does it look to you? Do you think this Bears team is a perennial playoff contender moving forward? Or do you have concerns that they should have taken advantage of this opportunity and still be playing?
I think the Bears are going to be just fine. We'll see what they do this offseason. They got 21 free agents coming up. They have to retool. They got some big decisions between Brisker and Byard. I think only one of them comes back, unfortunately. I don't think both.
Yeah.
So they got some big decisions to make. And I don't think the offense is going anywhere. Can they rebuild this defense, or will we be the Cincinnati Bengals? You know,
you got to attack the defense. You got to attack.
I have no doubts that the offense will continue to excel, because Colston Loveland and Luther Burden have showed me they're the real deal, and if they stay healthy, this offense will churn.
And Caleb Williams has shown you he's the real deal.
Obviously.
They got an offensive line, right?
And that offensive line is coming back, not necessarily intact though, guys. The Ozzie Trapillo injury threw a wrench in this playoff game, and it throws a huge wrench in the future of this offensive line and how they address that.
McFadden was great.
McFadden was solid. He wasn't great. He was solid. I mean, the interior
for coming off a practice squad, Dustin, in a playoff game.
No doubt. But like, why was he in that position? Why was he in that position? I don't know, man. That threw me off big time. Like, I couldn't believe that they actually went that route. Joe Tooney held up big time on the at the left tackle position. He really did, and I expected him to.
Against Jared Verse. Yeah,
sorry,
he did a hell of a job.
Go ahead, Sean.
What's that?
Go ahead. You look like you're about to say something.
No. I just said he did.
I mean, he did it in Kansas City, right? Like,
he played 134 snaps at left tackle.
Yeah, he got off to a rough start in Kansas City, but was able to rally and put it back together for the playoffs. But
you guys, obviously, I'm just heartbroken, and I'm going to be for the next probably 6 months. I'm heartbroken because it would be one thing if the Rams came in here and we're like, all right, you know what? It was a cute season. It was fun, all the magic, but the Rams are clearly a better team. The Bears could play with anybody. They proved that we could play with anybody. The Rams are the perennial Super Bowl favorites of 2025 or 2026. And they came to this house and our defense just absolutely dominated them for 4 quarters. I'm like, oh my God, if the Bears defense can hang in there, the offense is certainly going to win the game because they do it every week. And then just for the way that it ended, it's just so absolutely.
And you guys were saying earlier.
Well, I mean,
you guys were saying earlier
the defense gave up the field goal.
You guys were saying, yeah. I mean, they made a stop though. The fact that they stopped them on the field where they did that kick, guys. That kick was a lot closer to missing than people gave it credit for in the moment. Than the announcers gave. That was a very 3 more yards back, and that's a fucking miss. And I really expected him to miss. But what I was gonna say, man, I just kind of lost it. That sucks because I thought it was a good point.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the way the season ended, man. The way it ended is just not the way I expected it to. And I didn't think that the Bears were the best team in the NFL and could run their way all the way to the Super Bowl. I mean, I knew it was like if basically at this point for every team in the NFL playoffs.
This is my point. This was the point I want to get to, Kyle. Sorry, or you guys were exchanging texts earlier saying I would have. Brandon said he would have picked the Bears to lose to the Seahawks because Kyle, you were talking about how well they were playing, and they took the Rams down to the fucking wire, and that defense looked. The fact that defense looked the way it looked, there's no way I would have picked against the Bears in Seattle. That Seattle offense, they look dominant against the Niners, man. And that Seattle team, I've been high on them since the offseason. I picked them to go to the playoffs. I was the only person on this panel that did. But I would have. I think the Bears could have played with anyone, Kyle, like you said, and I think they could have beaten the Rams.
Well, I would want to have known the status of Colston Loveland before I.
The concussion's hard to come back from in a week. It is.
Is that what he had? Is that he was concussion? Yeah, he wasn't going to play. He wasn't going to play.
Yep, he probably would. And you saw how that impacted them like drastically. Their offense when Colston.
He's the best football player.
I looked at Sean and I said that is absolutely crushing, soul crushing.
Colston Loveland.
That's the guy that needs to be on the field right now because he's the biggest mismatch and they don't know how to cover him.
Sean said it. Colston Loveland's an All-Pro player in the future. And
no doubt about it.
Caleb's going to be MVP. Guys.
Judah sells Lucy's.
I'm going to bet some money on that.
Listen, man, I think the Bears, like you said, Kyle, could play with anybody, and I like their chances 100%. If they would have went to Seattle, man. And they should have won that game. It's a giant kick in the fucking nuts. It's a giant kick in the nuts. And we all were along for an awesome ride this season, guys. An awesome ride. Like we had very low expectations, and the Bears played games and they lost games and they won games in these dramatic fashions, and it was just a roller coaster ride that honestly I'm really happy to have been a part of. Kyle, I said it earlier, and it was not hyperbole. This was the most fun Chicago Bears season I have ever witnessed as a Chicago Bears fan.
It's even close. I don't think it's even close.
Listen, the 06 season was fun. It really was. And not Devin like Hester, it was because of the fashion in which the Bears won. Guys, Caleb just pulling shit out.
And you're watching
head coach.
You're watching the Bears develop a franchise quarterback. Like we've never seen that. This is something we've never seen.
We'll see, Steve.
We still had higher hopes.
Mark my words, buddy.
Sean, back me up on this. We still had higher hopes for Rex Grossman in 06 than we want to let on right now. Bears fans really still thought that Rex Grossman to Bernard Berrien connection gave fans some hope that he could throw the deep ball.
And Johnny,
I never thought he was going to be great. I thought he was capable.
Yep, but he wasn't. We had hopes for him that I think weren't.
I thought he was more capable than he turned out to be.
But yes, Kyle, it's very different with Caleb Williams because you believe that he has the best arm talent in the NFL, and rightfully so. When you see what he did, running 25 yards backwards, just turning around and flipping a fucking dime to Cole Kmet, like quarterbacks don't do that, man.
Steve, I don't know what you mean by
if you were an average,
it's like scripted. I don't know
if you were not a Bears fan, okay? If you're just whatever team you want, pick a team, you're that fan. If the Bears are on primetime television and you're a fucking Texans fan, are you like watching Caleb Williams? If you're a football guy, are you making a point to watch Caleb Williams?
If you're a fucking Texans fan, Brandon, watching Caleb Williams, you're like, God damn, I wish we wouldn't have drafted CJ Stroud and waited a year.
Well, okay, any team. Yeah, are you making a point? If you're just an NFL fan, are you making a point to watch Caleb Williams play football?
No, I would think most fans should make him
the greatest show on turf. It's the greatest fucking show on turf.
And the things that drive us crazy as fans who watch every game, the stuff that he misses, the easy ones, those are the things that make him like must-see TV because you see him kind of dig this hole and then you're like, how the fuck's he going to get out of it? He's like a magician locking himself in a box and a fucking straitjacket. And it's like, how the fuck is this guy going to get out of it? That's what makes Caleb Williams so special. So now when you look to the future, when Ben Johnson helps him clean those things up, and Caleb said in his press conference yesterday, it's the footwork, it's the completion percentage. Those are the things I'm going to be focusing on. When those things get better, Kyle, when those things get better, Sean, what is the ceiling for this fucking kid? Because he makes plays that are miraculous now. He's one of the better quarterbacks in the NFC.
I'm embarrassing myself by talking about Caleb Williams on this level. Guys, you're not
acknowledge Judah. Brandon, don't acknowledge Judah anymore.
You're not being honest. No, it's not Judah. Somebody else. You're not being honest.
Don't acknowledge the Packers fan either if he's going to be on that shit. No, that's just not even.
No, Steve, we appreciate it. No, listen. I don't know. Is Caleb Williams a guy like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, where you're like, man,
Yes.
this guy's amazing and he does
Yes.
amazing shit, but he's
Yes.
probably only
Yes.
going to play in maybe two Super Bowls and win one? Or is he Patrick Mahomes? Does he get better and he turns into
Well,
Patrick
that's
Mahomes?
on
He's the
Ben
most
Johnson,
efficient
Kyle.
quarterback. in the
Yeah,
NFL?
and the team they
That's
put
Andy
around
Reid.
him.
That was
I
Andy
don't
Reid.
know.
Sean McDermott
I
is
don't
not
know.
Andy Reid. That's why Josh Allen doesn't have a bunch of Super Bowls.
And
If
guys,
Josh
can Ryan,
Allen
can Ryan
played
pull-
on the
build
Chiefs,
a
he's
defense
got
like
a
defense?
shitload of Super Bowls
Yeah,
on
that's
his,
a
on his
fact.
he got a lot of rings on his fingers.
That's a fact. That's
Yeah.
a fact.
I don't know. Can Ryan Poles build a defense like the Philadelphia Eagles, where you are 100% a
Or like the
Super Bowl
Chiefs, Kyle.
contender every single week?
You
for every
watch
single
the
week?
Chiefs, Kyle,
Yeah.
in this Patrick Mahomes era, they attack defense in the draft. That's generally what they do. And that's what the Bears need to do this year. You need to improve this defense. Let Caleb be the tide that raises all boats on the offensive side, because you got enough weapons, you got a great offensive line, and you got Ben Johnson who can draw up anyone open as long as Caleb can hit them. So I mean, like, your offense is set, like you guys are saying. It's you and like Sean said earlier, you gotta focus on nothing but defense in this offseason. And how do we improve that? Because that defense, the way they played last night, man, there's something special there. All those guys aren't going to be back. So,
I'm
like,
telling
you're
you,
going to
man,
have to
it's
add
Ky-
some pieces
it's
to
Kyler
this.
Gordon,
And
man.
you
It
got to
sucks.
improve. Kyler Gordon was fucking phenomenal
Yeah,
yesterday.
it's his
So
health.
was Jaquan Brisker, who everybody's been down on, though, too. But yes, Kyle,
That was
he
the
seemed
best
healthy.
game of Jaquan Brisker's career.
Fuck yes, it was. And Jaquan Brisker's
even a
been
question.
playing good football for weeks leading into it, as far as I'm concerned. I've been saying it. We've gone back and forth about it. I get what you guys don't like about Brisker, but the things that he does well, he does really well when he's put in the right positions.
I think it's easier to cover when it's when there's snow on the ground, and they're not as fast. And I think that's why he was able to keep up with Puka Nacua and those guys. But yeah, I'm not going to take anything away from Jaquan Brisker, man. He had an absolute phenomenal game, and so did Kyler Gordon.
Yeah.
And
so, but if you have those guys on this defense already,
Kyler Gordon is
you
the best
go
player
to
on the
add
defensive
to
side
that.
of football.
those are the Ryan Poles'
can get
first
better
two
than
draft
Jalen
picks
Johnson.
as a Chicago Bears GM.
Yep.
Those are his
And
first two draft picks.
And this team can get a lot better, a lot quicker. If you see Ryan Poles attack the defense the way he attacked the offense, if he attacks the defensive line the way he attacked the offensive line this past offseason, this team is going to be dangerous. I don't give a fuck if they're playing the first place schedule, Judah. I don't care. They will be very dangerous when you have Caleb Williams.
Yeah, and then you're getting Smith back. You should have Zay Frazier next year.
And your head coach is the fucking guy, Judah. You don't like Caleb, okay? Can you?
We
at least
love
say
you,
that?
Steve. Stay here.
Can you at least say no, Steve? Stick around, please.
Yeah,
please.
Steve, don't listen
Steve,
to me. I'm
the water's warm. Get in here, buddy. But can you at least say that Ben Johnson's the guy, Judah? Or do you have like some sort of weird underlying hate for Ben Johnson?
He thinks Tyson Bagent is the perfect man to run Ben Johnson.
Yeah, but he said Bagent without the T, so like spell his name right. But
he can't even spell his own name right. He had his own name misspelled today in the chat.
Anyways, if you think your head coach is a good head coach, then
speed
is the guy. Okay, so if Ben Johnson's the guy, and he's an offensive guy, and he's a quarterback guy, and he's not putting Tyson Bagent in the football game,
what's that say to you? What's that say to you?
Does that?
Well, let's get some of these comments.
So you like Ben Johnson as a head coach, but he's an idiot because he doesn't know which quarterback's best on his football team. Why would you even like him?
Real quick, first and foremost, let me say this is the most comments we have ever had on a show. So you guys are. I mean, I can't keep up with this shit. You guys are just killing it, man. That's insane. But let's stress it.
I've been saying it.
So Paul just said they need to do something in the offseason to address mobile quarterbacks. They always give the Bears a hard time. Speed. They need a good linebacker. They need new linebackers.
Yeah, no. TJ Edwards is too slow at that position. Tremaine Edmonds is still.
They need a 3-tech.
He's still hurt since he came back. I don't know, man. Like, linebackers with 3, Kyle. You are 100% right. That's why they drafted Ruben Hippolyte. I don't know if that's going to work out.
No, I was going to say that, man. Dennis Allen was on some shit with that pick.
I want to, Sean, if you're Ryan Poles, what do you take it first? And I know you're like, well, you have to wait to see the talent. What do you think is the most important? A stud linebacker in the middle, a defensive 3 technique like Brandon's saying, defensive tackle like Jalen Carter, or a defensive end like Max Crosby? Like
3 tech.
What improves this defense the most?
3 tech.
But we're so used to linebacker.
I think 3 tech and linebacker are about equal, man. Personally,
but I like DeMarco Jackson a lot.
I think you're okay. DeMarco Jackson's a player. He's not going to be a superstar in this league, and it's not.
I don't know about your defense ain't going to be
feeling super comfortable with him. Like that's the guy with the green dot.
I would feel confident. I would feel confident in DeMarco Jackson.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying that's not the guy I want on my 53 man as my #1 stud linebacker. That I like him.
I think you
I
saw
don't
them
love him.
play. You saw them play their best 6 quarters of football of the season with
When
DeMarco
Kyler
Jackson
Gordon
at
was
that
on the
spot,
field,
with
not
Kyler
DeMarco
Gordon
Jackson.
out there, and with Jaquan Brisker playing his ass
And
off. I think
Tyreek
those were the
Stevenson
big parts of it.
back
And
on the field.
Montez Sweat. I got
I'm not
Tyreek
gonna lie, man.
Stevenson.
Call me greedy. I wish
Tyreek
I
Stevenson.
want my Fred Warner, man. I want my Patrick.
Yeah.
Warner. I want my Brandon
I
Rowe.
wanted
I want
Jihad
my-
Campbell last year,
I
Kyle.
want-
I wanted
I
the
want-
Bears to take Jihad Campbell. That was like the go against the grain.
I'll
pick
just say
to me.
this.
That would have made a
Tyreek
lot
Stevenson
of sense.
was a big part of
I'll
the
say this. I'll say it
improvements.
week
He
after week after
100%
week.
was, Brandon. Thank you.
When Kyler Gordon's out there, the defense feels alive. Everything tightens up. Everything makes sense, and everything just feels different immediately. He is the #1 difference maker on this team. In the 6 quarters you're referring to, those 6 quarters have a certain ring of Kyler Gordon being on the field.
Yeah, and
The
Tyreek
defense-
Stevenson.
If
as Brandon
I'll tell you
said,
this right now,
and
if
DeMarco
Kyler
Jackson.
Gordon isn't on the field and DeMarco Jackson is, the defense isn't nearly as good.
Unfortunately, all we have is that those guys were on the field together. I think I was screaming for Tyreek to get more play, and I'm glad that they did that, and because I think that brought some attitude
Well,
and
you
some
gotta start
energy
thinking about
to your
the future
defense as well.
because
I
nationwide.
think
isn't.
Tyreek is a part of
Yeah.
your future.
Yeah,
I think
nationwide
Tyreek-
isn't. But Sean, I agree.
Yeah,
If
you're
you
probably
guys
right.
listen, and I'm not.
He's
If you guys
nationwide.
if you guys get a chance, Sean, those 6 quarters you talk about. Have you guys seen Kyler Gordon's stats in those 6 quarters?
No, I'm
Have you
saying.
seen this shit? Have you seen this shit? It's absolutely.
Listen.
He's got 3 sacks. He's got 4 tackles for loss. He's got 4 passes defended. I mean, the guy is
He's the best
absolutely
player on their
a monster.
defense. He's
Yeah.
the best player on
And
their
he also got burned in that 4th quarter a lot against the Packers.
Coming
He
back
did, he
off
did.
of not playing. I like how you
100%.
always go back
Yeah.
to his worst moment. Yeah, but he got burned on that one play.
Dude, I love
6 pass
Kyler.
breakups,
I
3
love
sacks,
Kyler.
15
I-
tackle. He got
but,
burned
like,
on that play though.
Okay, so we can
Come
talk
on.
about what Caleb Williams does wrong.
Can
but
we
not
say
Kyler
this?
Gordon.
Can we say this? I want to pay. Listen,
I love
I
Kyler.
have to say this.
I don't think
because
it's fair because Kyler Gordon hasn't played all year.
Okay, so
Caleb
Roma
Williams
Dunze
has.
Roma Dunze just came back from injury too.
Yeah,
He's
and
playing
Roman
hurt as
Dunze
well.
has not been really good on the football field.
let's
Okay.
let's
I think it's
acknowledge.
a very
Let's
similar
acknowledge.
conversation. to
We
be
we
honest.
we can, and
Hold
you
on,
can
hold on,
still
hold on.
Dunze's gonna make the cut.
Oh yeah, looking great. Looking great. Yeah.
we can still
Look
say
great.
that out.
Dunze's gonna make the
Bad drop. That's a bad drop, 100%. But again, Kyler Gordon got beat a lot in that Packers game in the 4th quarter. He did. That's
Coming
just the
back
reality.
playing speedy receivers after not being on the field for 10 weeks. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Roma
That's apples to
Dunze was
apples.
off the field for 6 weeks too. So it's the same. It's the same conversation. It's the same one. Sean.
okay.
I know this. I
Just
know
like
this.
Kyler
It's
Gordon
6
better.
Here, I know
Like
this.
Kyler Gordon
It's
better.
6
That's
quarters
what it is.
since Kyler Gordon's been on the
We
field.
cannot
The
bring
defense has
Roma
been the
Dunze.
best. It's
Rome's on the
absolutely
list,
been.
guys. Rome's on the list with Justin Fields.
Well, I
We
mean,
can't
it
bring
is a
him
little
up
bit
anymore.
different, Dustin, because you're talking about
not.
speed for a cover corner, right? But like Roma Dunze had a broken foot. That doesn't affect you catching the ball, bro. You should
Okay,
still catch the
can I-
ball.
can
You
I-
pay
can I
millions
say
of dollars to catch
Okay,
football. You gotta catch
Guys,
the
can we not dive
completely
down the
different.
fucking Roman Dunze hole again,
it's
please?
completely
Jesus
different.
fucking Christ. Okay,
completely
it's
different.
important that we acknowledge that our defensive coordinator, and you can still feel how you feel, and I don't think we know yet about the pick itself. We dogged on the Ruben Hippolyte pick, and it became so obvious that this defense lacked speed at the linebacker position, and I didn't see it the way Dennis Allen saw it in the offseason.
So we got the right guy to
So-
identify what his defense
So
needs.
it's
Yeah.
important to state that
just
what
takes a
Dennis
long
Allen
time.
was doing when he
Ruben
was
Hippolyte,
reaching on a linebacker that runs a 4-3, what he was doing was trying
need
to
this for
add
my
an element
defense.
to a defense that absolutely needed and did
Well,
not.
sure, man, but you can add speed and still not pick the wrong player.
Okay, but
But
the idea-
theory is there. The theory
And-
is there.
and I don't think we-
DeMarco
I don't think-
Jackson executed on that theory.
and I don't think we can
No.
say that. I don't think we can say that
I like
Ruben Hippolyte,
DeMarco.
which, by the way, DeMarco Jackson played for him in New Orleans. That was his guy. He told Poles to go sign DeMarco Jackson. But I don't think we could. You have to. It's important to note that,
Justin,
like,
which I want you to take your shirt off, bro.
it's important to note that Kyle Ruben
Yeah,
Hippolyte is
hit me up
not.
on OnlyFans.
Is not Ruben Hippolyte is not.
If you want to see me take my shirt off, motherfucker.
I don't think you could say the verdict is out on Ruben Hippolyte. I'm not going to say that yet. And I know it was a risky pick.
Healthy scratch is concerning. That's concerning.
Gentlemen. let
Okay,
me
but
say
the
this.
verdict's not out.
I
a
got
lot of injuries at linebacker.
I got sick kids all through the house. Sean, I know you said your family's sick. I hope everybody gets better. I hope you guys are all feeling better. I really got to run though and help take care of my child. She's crying right now. I love you guys. as much as we go back and forth, it's all love. We all are just feeling a little rough about this game. We're passionate people. I thank you to everybody in the chat for being here. We love y'all. Bear down. Next year is going to be a lot of fun too. This was a damn great year. We're going to have content coming all week. So guys, thank you. This week I got Bears 34, Seahawks 27. I love y'all. Chat. It's been real. You guys are awesome.
I hope your kids feel better, man.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna take care of it. Thank you. Yeah, same to you guys. Everybody, be well. Bear the fuck down.
We got a new person in the chat here, guys.
Cheer them on. Give them a chat. Give them a
Hello.
clap.
Hello, Super Mega.
What's going on, Mega?
Ukulele.
No, we never even got to the officials. I guess we can get to that on the later shows of the week.
Well, yeah, because we're going to break down the officials for the entire season because it's getting absolutely embarrassing.
This is absolutely atrocious.
To start changing these, like Sean made a suggestion. We were at his house about maybe making all these guys go to like basically a 6-week summer camp where they all have to be not only have to learn the rules, but they have to define the rule exactly the same, each one of them. Because when you're watching two plays from two different games, and one is called one way and the other is called the other way, that's basically telling us that the NFL referees solely determine which way the game is going to go. If you get this ref, maybe that Devontae Adams game would have, or that Devontae Adams catch would have been a fumble. If you get this ref, it's a catch. Like
any ref should call fucking roughing the passer on that Caleb bit.
Oh, dude, you know what? That was
about?
A violent
Look at that, dude. That is how do you miss that? And I'm not even being, there's a lot of fans who are like, oh, the refs blew, like, they favored it. Like, come on, man. Look at this
That's
play.
a blow to the head, dude.
It's dangerous. It's a dangerous play.
You have an official who solely stands behind the quarterback just to watch the quarterback. That's all he does. He doesn't have to look anywhere.
That is a dangerous play. Look at that.
It's egregious to miss that call.
That's a concussion for like 50% of players in the league, man. The guys who have this, some guys are more susceptible to it, obviously, like Brisker. That's a concussion for a player like him.
Yeah, Judah,
how do you miss that?
Real quick, Judah, I want you to know, like, we do acknowledge the fact that you don't like Caleb Williams, man. Like, I'm just saying, like, I feel like he feels like his point's not getting across. We know that you don't like him, man. So if that's why you keep typing it over and over and over, we just because we're not reading every single chat doesn't mean we're not hearing you, man. And you know what? I respect it. If you don't like him, man, you're right. You don't have to like him. I liked Justin Fields. A lot of people didn't. Obviously, I was wrong about Justin Fields. He's not a good quarterback. He's a good athlete, not a good quarterback. Sometimes you're going to be wrong. Sometimes you're going to be right. It's okay, man. If you don't like Caleb, that's you totally have every right to your opinion. I don't see it the same way as you.
You're still out of your mind.
I don't see it the same way as you. I think Caleb's going to be a damn good quarterback in the NFL, but I get it. Yes, I just said that, Judah. I just said that. I was wrong about this.
On it.
Thank you, Judah. Yeah, but you guys, at the end of the day, I do want to say something real quick, just because Dustin did make a good point. As much as this sucks and it's heartbreaking, and we're all sitting here just thinking about what would be in Seattle and watching highlights of this game, like Sean, that Roman Dunze drop that we've seen on Instagram and Facebook and everywhere else, you can't escape it. It's all around you. What a damn good season for the Chicago Bears, and how much fun that 4-Star Chicago Sports started this podcast almost 2 years ago, and this is our second season into this podcast. I mean, if this is the sign of things to come, this is going to be a blast for the next 10 years, 20, 15 years, however long we feel like doing this. I love hanging out with you guys in the chat, man. Paul, Erica, Judah, Romy, Phil. I mean, I can go John. The list goes on and on and on and on. I'm sorry that I can't get to everybody because there's so much of you guys, so many of you guys now. I want to first and foremost say, Vizzo, we appreciate and love the shit out of you guys. Breaking News Bruce, you're the man.
Even you, Judah.
You guys being here. Yeah, all of you guys. Steve, I love to hear your opinion of, I like to hear outside perspectives of the Bears from Packers fans and Lions fans. T's always been great for it to us. We appreciate the shit out of every single one of you guys, man.
Keep coming
you guys,
back, Steve.
The reason we keep doing this, guys, is because of you guys. It's so much fun talking to you guys, interacting with you guys. Because Sean, Brennan, Dustin, and I, we can watch games together on the couch. We can just sit at the bar together and talk Bears. We did it for years. We started doing this because we wanted to create a community, and you guys have not failed us in any way, shape, or form. We absolutely love you guys. I'm glad that we could all be a part of this together. This is personally from you guys. I know 06 they went to Super Bowl. This is my favorite Bears season of all time. just because I've never seen the Bears have a quarterback who could capable of throwing for 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns. I think at some point Caleb's going to do that in his career, and I do think he will.
He's
be
going for 5.
But and obviously Sean, Brandon, Dustin, Jason, Bruce, everybody who's these shows. These guys are my brothers.
Yeah, you guys are the shit.
I fucking love this shit. It's the favorite part of my day. I never dread coming on.
J2K, Dante.
I love doing this shit. I love talking Bears. I could do this shit all day, every day for the rest of my life if my girlfriend wouldn't kill me. But thank you so much to every single one of you guys. And
I've seen it.
As much as it hurts, as much as it sucks, the Bears do have a bright future. The arrow is pointed up, and it's only going to there's only more good to come with Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams here. And I think Dennis Allen will get this defense corrected. I think you saw what happened when they look just a little bit healthier in this game. They look like a much different unit. Imagine what happens when they're healthy and they add more to this roster. It's been a hell of a run, man. It was every single game almost. And I'm like, dude, but that's part of sports, right? The emotions, the heartbeat, excitement. That's part of it. That's what keeps you coming back. So I just want to say again, man, thank you to every single one of you guys. Yeah, we are doing off-season shows. I just wanted to say this. I didn't want this whole show to be negative about yesterday. We should be happy. We should be positive about what's happening in the future. Actually, guys, not only that, we're going to start doing some more content for you guys. I'd start doing like a Sunday show. Sean and I will be back on the North Side 9, breaking down the Cubs all season. So it's only going to grow from here, guys. We've been growing. We didn't expect to grow this fast in the first place. We're growing.
Thank you, J2K.
Yeah. Every single one of you guys, man. J2K, Vizzo, Erica, you guys have been here since the beginning, man. We absolutely love you guys. Hopefully one of these days, if we do a live show, if you guys are in the area, if you're out here for a Bears game, you guys come up to River Street Tavern and join us, man. I'd love to get to put a face to all the names, get to meet you guys.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere, guys. Kyle's talking like we're dying.
And guys,
we're going to be around all off season.
Well, and real quick, I want to say something. This show sometimes feels like it kind of gets out of hand, right? Like it's you guys. That's because of how passionate we are about the Bears, and that's how well we've known each other for so long.
They're aware. This is not new to anyone.
We have differences of opinion. It's all in good faith, man. We all, at the end of the day, we all still wake up and text each other about the Chicago Bears. We all love each other, man. Steve, nobody hates you, man. We love you, brother. And like I said, man, yeah, Steve, I am always
coming back, my man.
Yeah, I want to know what the Packers think about the Bears next year, and I want to in the offseason, all the moves they make. And right now, you're really our only Packers fan on here since Kyle hasn't really been on here anymore. So thank you so much, guys. Sorry. You guys go ahead.
No, I feel the same way. Coming off the season, that's why yesterday, you were here, Kyle. I sat on the couch quiet for like 10 minutes. But then I just started thinking about everything that's here. And even though I'm disappointed in yesterday's performance from our coaching staff, and honestly, for me, if I was going to pick my most disappointing part, it would probably be the way the game was called yesterday, because I feel as though we should be here happy today talking about next week. But as having a young head coach and Ben Johnson, a smart young head coach, I think he'll learn from this. And I think he'll learn to get out of his own way as he continues to develop as a head coach in this league. As a bloodthirsty Chicago Bears fan that wants the George Halas trophy back here, wants the Lombardi trophy back here, that's my disappointment. But this year 1, couldn't have went more swimmingly for all of us, man. And I'm happy. I'm happy because I actually feel as though, as I bust out this list that I'm about to put on the screen, all of these new important dates that are coming up here have so much more meaning to what our future is going to be. And these 3 guys right here are going to put their brains together and get this thing going in the right direction for a long time to come. So
nice graphic, Sean.
Thank you. I love the staff. I love these guys. And I couldn't agree with you more, Kyle. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And to Vizzo Joe, we are going to be doing off-season shows. Sometimes there'll be 2 of us. Sometimes there'll be 4 of us. Sometimes there'll be 3. Summers get a little chaotic. We can't.
Somebody will always be here.
Sean takes 12 vacations a year, so
I'm gonna miss a couple. I'll miss a couple trips, but we're gonna have a lot of fun, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun all off season. Kind of like we're doing with the Cubs right now, as they're adding all these pieces, gearing up for baseball. It's gonna start here in February. It's been exciting seeing them build. And someone said in the chat that this Bears team had a 2015 feel to it. It kind of does, because right now you think the offense can
2015 Cubs, right? That's what.
2015 Cubs. Someone wrote that in the chat. This has a 2015 Cubs feel, and I kind of feel like
I thought you meant Bears. I was like, oh, shit.
no,
Not good.
no, 2015 Cubs feel.
Oh God.
For this Bears team, and I feel like if the Cubs can go find their John Lester on the defensive side of the ball, it can carry him a long way. Just think about if there's a deal that can be had that lands a Max Crosby over here, or a game changer like that with the development of Austin Booker.
Or Fred Warner wants to leave San Fran.
Fred Warner. I mean, just adding that John Lester, like the Cubs had to go out and get that front end guy. There's just a couple of pieces they were missing. The Ben Zobrist, the glue piece that brought it all together.
Yeah, the Marion Hope stuff.
I feel like I agree with that analogy, because I feel like they're close, especially when you watch this defense with a healthy Kyler Gordon, with the Brisker, with these guys out there. Now we're going to have some subtractions, because I do feel like either Brisker or Byard will not be back next year. I don't think you're going to get both. Maybe you do, but I'm going to say right now, one of them's gone, one of them's here. But regardless of the fact, addition by subtraction, subtraction by addition, however it works, I trust what's going on here, and I feel we got a long, great road ahead of us, and I'm so happy. I couldn't be more happy.
Yeah. Well, and first off, as always, guys, thanks to the chat. Love you. Much love. Fun season. We'll be around though. We ain't going anywhere, neither of you guys, because that's who you are. You're loyal, and like Kyle said, we could do this shit, the four of us, all day long. It's only worth it. Only worth doing it because you guys have joined this. You've joined our shows. You've joined our chats. Some of you just have decided segments and where our show goes for the remainder. So much love to you guys, and all of your knowledge as well, man. There's a lot of really intelligent Bears fans in here,
absolutely.
for sure.
These guys can
And
be
really
doing
intelligent fans in general. Steve knows his Packers, and Steve, we were going to get you on a show for a Packers game, but we could still maybe work at that, obviously. But I want to say this, man. Special players come and go, and it takes a special coach to get special players to the finish line. And you watched it in Phil Jackson and Michael Jordan. You watched it in Joe Quenneville and Patrick Kane and Jonathan Taves. And you're watching it now in Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. And they will win a Super Bowl. They will be back because you have yourself a generational head coach and a generational quarterback. We see that now. Rookie head coaches don't go win their divisions after being last in the league. They don't go to the playoffs and win a game against a division rival. Rookie head coaches don't do this, guys. You saw Liam Cohen get to the playoffs. He lost, and he was expected because he's a rookie head coach. And Ben Johnson is different. He is generational. He is the best play caller in the NFL. He had the best offense in Detroit. It's no surprise that he is who he is. We all saw the man that he is, which I couldn't be more enamored with. I mean, this guy is a fucking player on the team, as well as the one who leads it. And we're just getting started, without a doubt.
Yeah, if 2025 was an appetizer, I can't fucking wait to see what they're serving for dinner, man. This is gonna be a hell of a fucking ride for a long time here, man. Caleb Williams is already my favorite quarterback in Bears history. He's played 2 seasons. Ben Johnson's probably my favorite coach in Bears history. I mean, he's right there with Lovey. I still have a small spot in my heart for Lovey Smith, but yeah, this is only gonna get better, man. It's only gonna get better. And now these offseason moves will be kind of like overshadowed by what next season's going to be, right? Like usually the off season is our season, right? Like, oh man, can the Bears at least go get a cool player who's fun to watch and exciting? Like if they're going to suck, but now how can you take this from a playoff roster to a championship caliber roster? And I think they have the people in place here to do it. I think Ryan Poles, Kevin Warren, Dennis Allen, and Ben Johnson will get this thing corrected. They'll improve it, and it's only going to get better, and it's going to be fun to watch, man. And if they continue to improve, I don't know where the ceiling's at, guys. I don't know what it's going to be. But if they get a lot better, you're talking about dominance, absolute dominance.
Talking about dynasty.
Defensive side of the ball. They got to work it out.
Yeah, real quick, just before we get out of here, guys, because this show's getting a little lengthy here. Do you guys want to give your any predictions or anything? What you think about what's going to happen? Not that I give a shit anymore. But
I think you're going to see a Patriots
Sean, I
Seahawks
watched
Super
some
Bowl again.
you guys, I
without
watched some,
Marshawn Lynch.
I watched some Stidham highlights from last year or 2 years ago, and
Jared Stidham.
the kid could play, dude. And I'm like, damn, this kid is better than I thought. He was dropping dimes, man.
That was the
I'm
guy
not
that
saying
Josh.
he's going to, but
That
he
was
looked
the guy
good.
that Josh McDaniel loved. That was the guy that Josh McDaniel took from the Patriots to the Raiders,
If Sam Darnold wins the Super
and
Bowl,
he failed pretty miserably, Kyle.
Of
I
course
should
not.
say that it didn't go well.
You want to know what's great? You know what's
I
great
think
about
Garoppolo
that?
replaced him.
If Sam Darnold does win the Super Bowl, there's going to be a river of tears coming out of Minnesota.
You guys, I honestly think, and I'm not just saying this because I don't like Sam Darnold. I honestly believe it's going to be the Patriots and the Rams, and I think the Rams. I think the Rams are going to win.
I believe that too.
Matthew Stafford's going to win a Super Bowl, and I think he's going to retire.
I don't want Drake May, Bruce, to get that ring because I don't want him to have one before Caleb Williams, and that goes the same. And we just got saved. But it's going to be Drake May anyways because same draft class. It would have been Bo Nix versus Drake May, and one of them would have been going to the Super Bowl.
Bo Nix, yeah. The Broncos team with Bo Nix would have beaten the Patriots for sure. I firmly listen. I was telling you guys in the offseason, Sean Payton will win a Super Bowl with this football team.
Oh, sure.
Maybe
not yet. Sure.
If he had Bo Nix, still.
You guys, that would have been the best. That would have been. I would have much rather. Actually, if the AFC Championship was a healthy Broncos team versus the Patriots, and the NFC Championship game was the division rival Seahawks versus the Rams, that's a damn good AFC NFC Championship. That's a good docket. I would watch that and enjoy it. I just if somehow Seattle is like guaranteed, like they're playing the Broncos, and the Broncos has 3 more players, I am not going to watch Seattle win a Super Bowl.
Seattle's defense is really
as much as I do the NFC North. I despise them.
Yeah, but the Rams just dropped 37 points on them 3 weeks ago. So
I know, but that was still a close football game, wasn't it?
It's going to be.
Seattle came back and won 38-37.
Yeah, the only reason Seattle won is because Stafford or Darnold threw a backwards pass on a 2-point conversion, and the Rams walked off the field thinking it was incomplete, and a Seattle player picked it up and scored the 2-point conversion. The Rams could have picked it up and ended the game, but they didn't.
Yeah, wasn't that Charbonnet?
Who is now out.
Yeah, I think Charbonnet is the guy who picked it up.
And no longer my keeper, Kyle. He's been ixnayed from the Boobs keeper list. He will not be a keeper next year.
How long is he out?
He tore his ACL, bro. He's going to be out to like week 10 or 12.
Woody Marks, man. Woody Marks.
Well, I'm down to Woody Marks and Luther Burton. So,
I got nothing, Sean, because my keeper for next year just got accused of beating women with photos. Mine's going to jail. Mine's gone.
I'll tell you this. If DJ Moore does happen to get traded, I'm probably going to wind up keeping Luther Burton.
I might keep Luther Burton either way, bro. I think I think that's Ben's guy. He picked him.
Who in your league got Colston Loveland as a keeper?
My buddy Scott, who's in the chat. Scott Angel.
Bernie, you want to hear some?
Good for you, Scott.
You want to hear some sad shit?
He's not going to keep him.
I dropped him week 9, bro. I had 4 tight ends.
Why?
I dropped Colston Loveland.
Why?
This is when he wasn't really doing much.
Yeah, week 10 is when he snapped.
He was having like 3 catches for 38 yards.
Oh, you had to know that was coming, dude. He's a fucking animal.
Well, you also have to think as a Bears fan, if you're watching the Bears, if you're doing fantasy, there's just too many weapons. There's too many weapons, man.
Colston's going to be the league. He's going to be
the
lead the team.
Yeah, hindsight. Yeah, now I'd be like, yeah, Colston. But also, Sam Laporta had 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns his first season, and he was I thought about
Colston Loveland is way better than Sam Laporta. Dude.
Sometimes
way better.
Loveland gets hurt next year. You never know. Keepers are.
Colston Loveland is better than any tight end that's.
I'll tell you this though, I picked up Tyreek Hill, and if the Chiefs get Tyreek Hill back, that's got to be my keeper, for sure. No doubt about
it. Look, you're gonna have to make some room somewhere. Look, Slim. I know you're new to the show. My favorite 2 Bears, and everyone knows, are Kyler Gordon and DJ Moore. I profess my love for both of them many times throughout our shows. I would hate to see DJ Moore go, but you got to think about the future. You got to think about financials, and you got to improve this defense. And even if you lose DJ Moore, you still have Rome, you still have Loveland, you still have Burden. You can elevate Walker.
Yeah,
I don't think you're hurting at the white.
You should let play, right?
Well, you drafted one in the second round who's better than Rome. You could do it again.
You can.
And Sean, do you guys believe? I'm the honest question. Should you make room for Jade Walker?
Yes. Here, I'm telling you this right now. If I'm the Buffalo Bills, if I'm Brandon Beane, if he doesn't get fired from his job, which he probably should be, I'd be calling the Bears and the Eagles. Those would be my first two calls.
Sean, you don't got to call the Bears.
Say, hey,
you don't got to call the Bears. He's a free agent, bro.
No, DJ Moore.
DJ
Johnny
Moore.
Walker.
No, I'm talking about DJ Moore.
Maybe they want Johnny Walker.
I mean, maybe they do.
It's a lot cheaper.
I'm saying, you know, AJ Brown wants out of Philadelphia, and you could see the opening where DJ Moore can no longer be on this team. So I would make a call if I was him. I just want someone. I just want Josh Allen needs his person.
Yeah.
He just needs his person.
Yeah, that's the understatement of the year.
He just needs.
He's needed it so badly for so long. It's so obvious.
Well, that's really just Keon Coleman is so disappointing because he's athletic. He's really athletic. Did you guys see?
I had high hopes for
He
Keon.
jumped from like the 8-yard line and
You want
scored.
to talk about drops?
Like, how is that guy so bad, dude?
Dude,
He can't catch the ball.
Josh
Didn't catch-
actually hit him for a touchdown. He went this way. The ball was thrown behind him. And I'm going to say in that particular, I'm going to blame that on Keon Coleman, not Josh Allen.
Wait, are you talking about the one that got called back from a penalty?
No, he missed it. He missed it completely.
Did you guys see that one?
You see
Where Josh Allen ran around for like 38 seconds and then took a lick while throwing the ball to the back of the end zone directly into Keon Coleman's hands. Now I'm going to say this: there was a holding penalty on this play, so it was coming back no matter what. But Keon Coleman, it hit him right in the fucking hands, and it just dropped directly through them. And I was like, he didn't know there was a penalty. So it's like, dude, your quarterback just did all of that. He just worked his ass off to make something out of nothing, and then took a fucking lick from like a linebacker, and you dropped the ball.
Well, the same happens to Caleb a lot. That guy does a ton of running around and people drop passes on Caleb.
And it's criminal. And it's criminal when he's doing all that work.
I don't know what's going on with these young pass catchers getting into the NFL. These Marvin Harrisons, Keon.
I think the weather bothered Loveland, Burden, and Rowan.
I think colleges need to go back to teaching these kids how to catch a football because it's becoming a pandemic. It's becoming
and it was their first, wasn't it their first?
It's insane.
Snow?
They all drop passes.
Guys, I'm going to say this, and I've texted you this a couple times. Nobody's responded to it. I'm ready for a dome. It was the first game these guys played in snow. I think the weather affected the Bears more than it did the Rams. I'm ready for a fucking dome.
Well, it's the second game in the snow day.
I'm ready for a dome. The elements can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd rather see clean catches, clean throws, clean runs.
It's much easier to root for a dome when you're the strongest part of your team is your offense. You know, you want to play outside if the strength of your team is your defense, you want to play outside. If the strength of your team is your offense, you want to play the dome because you don't want to limit your own offense, right? You want to score as many points as possible. Nobody can beat you if you score 50 points every game. But yeah, anything else you guys want to talk about before we log off?
No, I think it's 3-0 in this highly contested national championship.
Yeah. Sean, I honestly don't even think I'm going to turn that on. I really don't. Do you guys have any interest in Miami and Indiana at all?
Not particularly.
Maybe in watching Indiana lose because I don't like anything from Indiana. But outside of that, I have no reason to watch that.
I actually might turn it on to hope that they lose because unfortunately there's no college basketball on or anything today. Oh, Blackhawks just started. Maybe I'll throw the Blackhawks on for a little bit.
Bearskin, you are 100% correct. And the scroll says he's ready for a louder stadium as well. But Bearskin Matt says that the snow impacted Puka. I agree with you 100%, man. Puka Nacua
100%.
was not the same guy yesterday. And thank God, because if he was, I don't think that game's as close. And that's why I thought the Bears were going to win. I'm like, this Rams, just the offense just look out of
Sean's been right. He is right, Sean. I'm giving it to you. Kyler Gordon makes such a difference.
Oh, dude,
I mean, Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams and whoever it might be, that dude just changes the way. I told you, Sean. I said on
the greatest on the planet.
I would take the risk of calling Kyler Gordon a multiplier. I think that he makes every player. I think the fact that Jaquan Brisker had his best game of his career when Kyler Gordon was back on the field is not a coincidence.
The injuries
this guy makes everybody play better. I do, and I think that's what Puka Nacua.
Keep him on the field.
I think Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams ran into Kyler Gordon.
Steve, I'm assuming that's Brennan. Steve says, "I can't believe Brennan thinks Caleb is better than Arch Manning. Arch Manning looked terrible. Terrible.
Manning. Wait, where did that even come from?
Is it Arch Manning? Is Arch the dad?
That's the kid in Texas.
Yeah. maybe he was
Oh,
talking about
here's a chat for Brandon.
Yes, the scroll
Yeah,
says, "Oh,
no, I'm Scrolls. I'm 100% with you. I listen.
well, he ain't
You
going
just
I
anywhere."
don't
won
even
his
think.
chat of
I
the
don't
night,
even think.
Scrolls.
I don't even think Dexter is a player that doesn't serve a purpose on your team. He's like third in tackles and sacks, but he is not your every down player. And if he asks for a lot of money, there's no fucking way I'm bringing that guy
Well,
back
he's
because
not.
I
He's
think
not.
this defense. I
He's still
think
got a
this
year left.
defense would rely. I think their biggest need, guys, is a three technique that can wreak some havoc. I think that changes the entire dynamic of this Bears defense. You do.
Well, Dexter's still got a year left, so you wouldn't. You don't have
Oh,
to pay
does he?
him. If
That's
you're
a
gonna let him
shame.
walk, you don't have to pay him. It doesn't matter.
I'm sorry, guys. And listen, this is not a receipt thing. He did not. I wanted him just the same as you to be something special, and he's not. And he's
Yeah,
he's a
he's
he's
on
a
his rookie
replacement.
contract. He's only
He's
played
a
3 years.
replacement level
All 4 years
player.
except for first.
He's the Bears' worst run defender without a doubt. And it's time
That
to
I
go
won't
get your.
argue with.
It's time to go get your. Yeah, no, he's not a. His pass rush abilities, man, are not bad. I don't hold that against Dexter. Can get to the quarterback. I get home, but he is such a liability when teams are running the ball. It's it's
He's a
it's
rotational
sickening.
piece,
It
man.
makes
He's a
you want to
rotational piece.
vomit. If you
He
guys
is. He's a
focus on
rotational piece.
Jervon Dexter for a game, he is moved so far off the line from the snap. He's moved like 4 or 5 yards off the line when teams are in run package, when they're heavy package. It's egregious.
Well, you guys remember
And
also.
you got to get somebody better at that position, man. That's an important position on a football team.
You
It's
guys
one
also.
of the most important positions on a football team. You got to get somebody better there.
You guys also need to remember that the Bears probably think that Shamar Turner is going to end up being a good player at some point. I mean, they would have drafted him in the second round if they didn't think that. So.
And he should be back pretty early in the season.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I think he'll be back
he
before
was
training
also an injured player in college.
I'm just
So
saying they're not going to be like,
concern yourself
but
with
they
Shamar
drafted him.
Turner's
I
future.
understand, but they drafted him in the second round, so they're not going to be like, well, he's been injured in the first year on the Bears, so let's go draft another. Like he is part of the plans of replacing some of the guys you guys were talking about, 100%. I mean, that's Dan Allen's guy. He drafted him. He drafted Shamar Turner. He likes him. I also don't think the jury is out on whether or not Austin Booker can be a dominant defensive end in the NFL. I think there's still a chance he could end up being. I'm not going to say Max Crosby or Myles Garrett,
he
but
will be a dominant
13,
force.
14, 15 sack kind of guy.
He
If he continues to improve, you just got to get
the
better.
sack numbers aren't there, but he kind of is already.
I mean, you look at Montez Sweat's stats. He had a damn good season. Another sack.
I said Kyler Gordon, Montez Sweat, and Jalen Johnson are the guys that you've paid money to. They are who they are. That's the guys in your future. But everybody else on this defense could be
get you Simmons.
could be guys. Do you disagree with this? You keep Sweat. You got Jalen Johnson, Sweat, and Kyler Gordon under big contracts. Everybody else on this defense could be upgraded. Is that debatable?
No.
Could be upgraded. There's a potential better player, right?
No, not Jalen Johnson or Kyler Gordon.
No, I said besides Sweat, Gordon. I said besides, and I'm gonna put Booker in there now. Okay.
I think I'd put Byard in there as well. This guy led the league in interceptions. I know, but I would resign him. He led the league in interceptions, guys. And since he's been on the Bears, he's been a pick machine.
And he was an all-pro player and early in his career.
I'm bringing Byard back for one more year if I can.
I'm with you, Kyle. You're getting all-pro play out of that guy right now. I'm with you.
I'm going to tell you what. Because
and he's a captain.
We're going to turn the page a little early. We're going to take a look at the Bears offseason this Wednesday. How's that sound?
Yeah, we're going to start to bring up some. I think we'll start to bring up some names in the draft.
Yeah, I mean, because when you look at this chart, man, we got 35 days until the combine and 51 days until free agency. It's not that far away. We got lots to break down in between this. I got a nice free agency list on the offensive side of the ball. I got to work on the.
Well, Sean, when would the Bears free agents who they're not going to re-sign? When would they be off of the team? Do you know that date off your top of your head?
Hold on, say that again. When they what?
So it's like the free agents, the Bears say the Bears decide they're not going to re-sign.
The ones with ending contracts.
Just for an example, like
expiring contract.
When are they actually officially off of the team? Do you know?
I think there's a date in March.
Is it the day after Super Bowl? The day
the NFL. It's around when the day the NFL season ends. Hold on. What? Let me.
It's when they clean their lockers out, right? But I don't know what day that is.
Last day. Hold on, I'm finding out right now.
Because then we can really start to talk about where the holes in this roster are. If they let both Byard and Brisker go, then obviously safety is going to be high in their position of need going into the offseason.
I think defensive tackle, edge, and safety are going to be your biggest needs when this offseason comes.
Well, linebackers should be high on the list, man. The Bears need a good linebacker. It's the Chicago Bears.
Who you
Bears
replacing? Both?
Well, you can't. TJ Edwards is under contract, but Tremaine Edmonds can be cut. TJ Edwards, you just gave him an extension. Tremaine Edmonds, you front paid all of his money, so cutting Tremaine Edmonds saves you money next year. Save you money. The dead cap is nothing. I think it's like $2 million.
It's probably time for Edmonds to go. And I don't know, for whatever reason, man, even when he was playing really good football this season, which he was, I thought he was playing like an all-pro level. It still didn't. The defense wasn't good. Like, he doesn't make an impact. I don't know. But I didn't see what J2K said, but Booker is showing you right now, guys, that he is what Kyle was talking. Like the sack numbers aren't up, but the amount of pressures this guy's created in the last couple of weeks is off the charts.
So I think J2K is saying he thinks next year he'll be part of like a NASCAR package for third downs where he just rushes the pass.
He's puts his ears back.
Yeah, I mean J2K, I think that was the plan for this year, but once they lost Deo and then they lost Tonka, whatever the hell that guy's name is that they traded for from Tampa or wherever I think they kind of had no option. Yeah, I think they had no option. I think Booker had to play every down because they were running out of pass rushers. And then I don't know if you guys saw in that game on Sunday.
Tryon Shoyinka.
I don't know if you guys saw yesterday, but
help me out here, Sean.
Dominic Robinson was playing at the tackle.
It says offseason opens in March, which doesn't have a specific date.
So yeah, maybe when free agency begins is when they are officially off of their rosters.
Yeah, Booker played a lot of football, Kyle.
Tom Robinson had a good game. He had a good postseason, actually.
That sack was awesome. I mean, it was kind of a gimme sack. Like he just got let in, but that was amazing because you could see Matthew Stafford shit his pants when he saw Dominic Robinson.
Yes, Steve, we talked about that to open the show, sir. Bieniemy. Now it's not official, but if you Google Eric Bieniemy's name about
it's Steve. It's going to come down to what happens with Matt Nagy. That's it. If Matt Nagy leaves, Bieniemy's the offensive coordinator. If Matt Nagy doesn't leave, Bieniemy's not their offensive coordinator. It all comes down to what happens with Matt Nagy.
Hey, somebody show the chats that you're like addressing.
Yeah, 100%. I didn't think I'm with you, man. J2K. I did not think that Don Robinson was worthy of making this roster, and I'll tell you, this coaching staff once again brought something out of a player that these past coaching staffs haven't been able to get an ounce out of.
And look at his body.
This
guy is built to play this position in the end. Like he clearly has the physique to be a professional defensive end in the NFL. It's just, you got to get something. These coaches clearly get something out of these guys.
Yeah, Booker could add another 10 pounds. You're talking about that. It's a defensive end. That's an NFL defense.
I'll tell you this right now. Albert Breer just came out, and he believes that this Jeff Hafley signing in Miami is absolutely genius.
Well, Sean, you know what's cool about Dom Rob?
Well, Tua sucks.
We haven't talked about this enough all season, guys. You know what's awesome about Dom Rob? This is finally a coaching staff where what they tell you, the stuff that's coming out of House Hall, is all truth. You guys remember in the training camp in the offseason, they were like, we really like Dom Rob. That guy's awesome.
Yeah.
Going anywhere. That guy ain't going anywhere. We were like, all right, sure. Yeah, because you're not going to come out in the public and be like, no, that guy sucks. We're cutting him the second we have a chance. When they come out and tell you they like somebody, or remember they were talking about how they like Colson Lovin in the draft a month before the draft, and people were like, bullshit. If they're drafting anybody, it's Tyler Warren. They're not. If they're drafting a tight end, it's going to be Tyler Warren. It's not going to be Colson Lovin. Well, I'll tell you guys right now, if Ben Johnson and Dennis Allen tell you something, that's the way that they.
Well, yeah, and look at they like, and also, man, how many times have you seen a receiver play pretty well in a preseason for the Bears, and like the guy's just cut? You're always looking at the cuts, and you're like, he's on there. And Jade Walker, they made space for Jade Walker on this roster. I think Case Keenum didn't they go down to 2 QBs? They did something to make space for Jade Walker to be on this football team, and he made an impact in winning football games, man. I mean, these guys clearly identify the talent without a doubt. And you know what? Ben Johnson does like Tyson Bagent. So there's something there.
Erica says Matt Eberflus to Green Bay is their defensive coordinator? Question mark. No, it's going to be Al Harris, guys. I'm sorry. And I know it breaks our hearts. And I don't want to say it, but guys, Al Harris played in Green Bay for a long. He was known as the Bear Killer.
Pretty much his whole career.
If he gets a chance, I think if he gets a promotion to be defensive coordinator and then he's asked to go back to the place he lived for 12 years, I think it's almost the writing's on the wall. I mean, can you imagine Al Harris being like, I know you guys are offering me more money for a more important position, and my chance to get my foot in the door is to be in the head coaching conversation in the next couple of years. But I spent half my life there playing in Green Bay. But no, I'm going to stay here as the secondary coach for the Bears. I mean, Erica says she does not think he'll go to Green Bay. You tell me why, and if you make some good points, I might start to believe you. But I don't see how not.
Yeah,
unless he just has something against Matt LaFleur.
I don't think Al Harris has any bad blood with Green Bay.
And you know what? I just want to say, and Steve, to all of your fellow Packer fans, not you because you seem pretty cool, that are dancing on the Chicago Bears grave today, that adopted the Rams and said the Rams were doing this for the Packers, and because Mike LaFleur is oh God, this has been a pathetic display today on X of all the dancing on the grave. It's just been, you're embarrassing. They're embarrassing themselves. Just stop it. I got one thing to say to you.
Shut up, bitch.
All of you. We beat you twice. I don't care how we did it. We did it. Deal with it.
Hey,
Caleb's 3-2.
Caleb's 3-2.
You guys, everybody, hold on. Everybody in the chat was saying Al Harris.
And one was a blocked field goal.
No way Al Harris goes to Green Bay. I hope you guys are right. I hope to God you're right. I want Al Harris to stay here as long as he possibly can. But I mean, I know they are interested in Jim Leonard from Denver. I've heard that also. But I'm telling you, man, if they
leave Al Harris alone.
Now that Al Harris can be interviewed, I bet you tomorrow morning you guys are going to hear. Now that the Bears season is over, I bet you tomorrow morning you're going to hear the Packers have requested to interview Al Harris. I bet you.
Yeah, because he was. I bet you. He had defensive coordinator interviews before. I mean, and Erica, I'm sorry, but I think the only thing that would support what you're saying is that the Packers just don't have any interest in him. Because if they do, that's probably just happening.
Scrolls says I like Al, but the secondary wasn't world beaters. I mean, yeah, but Scrolls, I mean, you missed Kyler Gordon played 3 games. Jalen Johnson played 6. What's the guy's name who tore his ACL in the Smith?
Terrell Smith.
Terrell Smith tore his ACL in the training camp. They drafted Zay Frazier. He never played a single game. I mean, and they had the most injuries of any secondary in the NFL, and they led the league in interception. I mean, I think it was a damn good season by Al Harris, man. I think he held that defense together, and they looked a lot better than they should have or could have. And I think Al Harris is going to be very high on people's coaching list because he's a player's coach. Players love him. So if anytime a GM or a head coach asks players, "What do you think about Al Harris?" when your experience that you had with him, they always say, "I absolutely love Al Harris. He's one of my favorite coaches in the NFL." So he's going to be up there.
I just Googled Al Harris's name, and Al Harris's name is connected to 2 teams. He's great personal friends with Dan Quinn in Washington, and they have worked together in the past. And also, Al Harris will get a serious look by the Green Bay Packers. But
yeah, I wish you didn't say that. Way to ruin the show.
The Packers are also interested in, and I'll screenshot this. It's on X. You can Google it. The Packers are interested in Matt LaFleur's good friend, Matt Eberflus.
Please, God. Please God. Dude, can you imagine if the Packers hired Matt Eberflus in the same season the Lions hired, what's his name?
Drew Petzing?
Drew Petzing. Can you imagine that? That would be, that's like best case scenario for the Chicago. The Bears are like, hey, guys, we don't have to do anything at all. They're getting worse while we get better. Like they're making these hires on their own. Like if Matt, and listen, I think Matt Eberflus is a better defensive coordinator than people give him credit for, but he's not like the top 5 defensive coordinators.
Do you really?
Yeah, I mean his
Cowboys defense was so
but bad. He didn't have any time to fix
it. All right, let's squash that. That was put out by a Bears fan. A Bears fan.
Brennan, his defense in Indy was ranked 13th. I mean,
it wasn't. It was ranked 21st. It
No.
wasn't.
You're talking about a specific
Or
group.
no, it was ranked 18th, 21 points a
Talking about
game.
specific group.
They
were
allowed
13th.
21 points a game. They were ranked 18th.
Brennan, Matt
As soon as they
Eberflus was
hired
a
him, I
very
looked it up.
Matt Eberflus is a very well-respected defense coordinator around the NFL. He's not a good head
I
coach.
agree with that.
In the NFL,
He
people think Matt
sucks,
Eberflus is a
guys.
damn good defense coordinator. Brennan,
His
what did you want him to do
defense-
with the Dallas Cowboys? They traded their best player the week before.
Can I ask you guys this sincerely?
Traded Mike Parsons. They're like, hey, good luck, Matt.
Matt Eberflus, you guys kept saying to me, Matt Eberflus had a top 10 defense before the Billings and the Brisker and all the injuries. They played the Colts, the Titans. They played what was the kid's name on the Titans? The quarterback, the white kid that put like mayonnaise in his coffee. Nobody knows what that guy's name was.
Where's this going? Where's it, man?
Well, you said they were a top 10 defense for the first 6 weeks of the season before the injuries. They played fucking nobody. They played Anthony Richardson and what's the guy's name from the Titans? The white guy.
Will Levis. But it doesn't matter.
Will Levis. Like
doesn't matter.
these
They're
were
still
these were the
NFL.
teams they were playing when they were a top 10 defense in the NFL. They played
Right.
Trevor Lawrence on the Doug Peterson Jaguars.
See, but that's just to say Matt Eberflus was terrible. His defense was atrocious here. They're awful.
He was never good.
Because you don't like him.
He
Matt
was never
Eberflus-
good.
If it wasn't for Matt Eberflus and that defense, I mean, the offense was atrocious.
He was
The
never
Bears'
good,
offense
man.
was
He was never good.
atrocious. It wasn't
He
for
was.
Matt
Guys,
Eberflus. They don't win 5 games.
Eagles DB passing game coordinator Christian Parker is going to interview for the Green Bay Packers job. Jordan Schultz says he's a rising star in the coaching ranks. He's flying to Dallas tomorrow to interview with the Cowboys and will immediately head to Green Bay after for
See, I don't like hires though when you're hiring a coach off of a mastermind staff. I don't like those hires, man. Because it's like people are like, "Oh, Matt Nagy must be great because you coached with Andy Reid," or just maybe Andy Reid just needed an assistant. Like maybe Vic Fangio, maybe in Philadelphia, Vic Fangio just needed an assistant.
I just don't like hiring a
I'll
coordinator
be
that
honest.
never called plays.
whoever they pick, I hope they fuck it up.
I hope it's Matt Eberflus because I'm fine with it being the top in the 15th.
I don't love it. I don't love it when the Bears go get somebody who I don't know, like these guys like who don't call the plays and get hired to these teams to be the play caller don't work out obviously as often as the guys who have called plays before. And the NFC North continues to do this. The Lions did it. John Morton called plays once in his career, like fucking 9 years ago, guys. And he was terrible. It was the 27th ranked offense in the NFL. It was 3-13 on the.
But
I don't even remember.
It's got to apply for everybody, right? So you're saying you don't think Al Harris would be the right hire defense coordinator because
I wouldn't hire Al Harris as my defensive coordinator. No.
I kind of feel the same. You don't know what you're going to get, man.
Yeah, but you guys,
it's a risk. It's a risk. It's
guys-
a much bigger risk than hiring a Dennis Allen as your defensive coordinator.
Everybody has to start somewhere. I don't disagree.
Everybody in the NFL who calls plays, at one point it was their first time ever calling plays. Every single coach in the NFL, at one point, the first time ever in their life, they started calling plays. Some of them are really good, some of them aren't. If you're smart and you can find the guys who are considered proteges and everybody knows they're going to be good, and you hire them first,
like Ben Johnson,
get ahead of it. Good for you. Yeah, dude. Ben Johnson believes that. What's the Bears? I can't.
Declan Doyle.
Yeah, Ben Johnson believes that Declan Doyle one day is going to be a phenomenal play caller in the NFL. That's what he believes. He's never done it, but he thinks he will.
I don't know that Ben Johnson's ever going to concede play calling, man. I hope that he does.
No, he's Andy Reid, bro. That's never going to
happen. Hey, boys, I got to put a bow on it.
Me too.
I got to get out of this fucking chair. My neck is killing me.
Much love, everybody in the
everybody chat. Thank you so much, guys.
We love y'all, and we'll never forget this season.
And even though the Bears season is over, the message still stands, Sean. So anything else before you want to say before we get out of here?
Anything you want to get out there before we wrap up?
Shit, fuck Green Bay.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's go.
That's Steve's favorite part of the show.
Thanks, Steve. Sean, can we get one more good, better, best? Just
hell yeah.
On this shit.
Good, better, bad! Never let it rain! Never let it rain! You're good, get better! You're good, get better! You better get better! You better get better! Bears on 3! 1, 2, 3!
Our better hasn't gotten best yet.
There's already people out there predicting the Bears don't make the playoffs and finish in third place. in the
Oh
division.
my God! Dude, just like this year, we were supposed to have the hardest schedule in the NFL. Yeah, okay. I will
Sean,
never
Sean,
judge
there's
the
still
schedule.
people saying Caleb Williams is not a future franchise
And
quarterback.
you know what I say to that, Brandon?
Shut up, bitch!
It's going to be Sean's new favorite one right there. So there's no football going on, so it's going to be shut up, bitch.
All right, boys.
Hey, chat. Once again, you can't overstate how much we love and appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, man. What an absolute fucking phenomenal season. We will be back here on Wednesday for the Bears podcast. We'll start talking about the offseason. We'll do a Bears full season recap as opposed to just the Rams Bears game. So stick with us, guys. We're going to be here for the whole season. Love you guys, man.
And you don't want to miss a thing.
Take care of yourselves so you can take care of each other. Have a good night.